Red hot comic book movie news. Defenders of the Earth. Defenders. The Weekly Planet. The Weekly Planet.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Weekly Planet podcast, where we talk movies and comics and TV shows. My name is James. Was that weird? My name is James. It felt weird. It was Mr. Sunday with Ms. Oz, Nick Mason.
I've lost track now. At what point did you think it felt weird?
I don't know. It felt like I was introing. I thought I was introing Caravan of Garbage, and I kind of shifted. But I don't. I think those are probably similar. And I don't need to shift.
Maybe it's time to mix it up, James.
Ooh.
I think you're stuck in a rut. That's what everybody says about you.
Good.
They call you Mr. Stuck in a Rut.
No, do they?
Yeah.
Well, I don't like that. What do you think of that?
Well, that's the first
You
step.
can tell
I think.
them that's what
the
I
first
think.
step of getting out of a rut is acknowledging that you don't like it when people say that you're in a rut. Hi, I'm here as well also.
Perfect.
Anyway, in this episode, James, we're going to get you out of that rut.
Can't wait.
That's right. We're going to give you a makeover. There's going to be a montage.
Oh no.
We're going to put you on steroids.
Wait, what?
Yeah, that's part of the montage now. Yeah.
Okay.
Or HGH, it's your call, I guess.
I guess HGH if I had to choose.
Yeah. We're going to put you on that. There's going to be a written test, obviously.
Yep.
And we're going to get you to Parallel Park. And that's in a montage also.
Okay, yeah.
Actually, no, the written test is not in a montage. The written test is in real time.
Great. In
Yeah,
between, is it in the middle of the montage and it just stops for a written
It
test?
stops for the written test.
Great, awesome. Yeah.
And it's marked in real time also.
Okay, great.
The guy's
Terrific.
going to tut and tick and cross and what have you.
Not good.
Yeah. And you're going to have to fight your evil duplicate. at the
Okay.
end. So, yeah.
Do I get a weapon?
No, he gets a weapon though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like I don't want to do any of that.
No, we can skip it. We can do it next week. Don't worry about it.
As
Yeah.
someone in a rut, it sounds hard.
Let's kick it down the road. Or kick it down the road.
Mason,
Yes.
we can't kick this down the road.
Oh, no.
It's all the wonderful news of the week.
That's right. Because if we kick that down the road, it'll be the
News of last week.
yeah,
next
and that's
week.
embarrassing for
Yeah.
us. I had some news a couple of weeks ago about how Funko Pop, that company,
Yeah.
they're destroying like $20 million worth of Funko Pops.
Just people aren't buying them anymore?
People aren't buying them anymore, I guess.
Well, that's what happens.
Or they overproduced or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hope they're burying them like they did with all the ET cartridges. And future generations will tear them up and be like, what is this?
I think YouTubers probably ran out of shelf space for their background. So they stopped playing them. That's probably what happened, Mason. They went too broad, I feel like.
Yep, okay. You're
Not
right,
too
yeah.
broad, but like, there's too many. So it gets to a point where it's like, why even?
Yeah.
Like it's impossible to keep up with this.
That's true,
You
yeah.
know? So anyway.
But people like their very, very, very niche interest catered to in a Funko Pop form.
Yes. But there's too much. Is what I'm saying.
You're saying as a society, there's too much pop culture to cater for.
As someone who has none, it's too much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I've got to get those Citadel Funko Pops.
Which ones are those?
That's the Amazon Prime series that's just come out. It's
that one that
it's
nobody's watching it. It cost a lot of money.
It's got Richard Madden and one of the Jonas Brothers' wife.
Yes.
And not J.K. It's not Mark Strong either. I think it's
a bald man.
It's a bald man. It might be my dad. I'm not sure.
All
My
right, hang
actual
on.
dad. It's
Let me find.
It's the guys in Transformers.
Oh, Stanley Tucci.
Stanley Tucci.
Cool, man.
My brain's been ruined, James. Imagine being like, what's Stanley Tucci been in? Just Transformers 4.
And Transformers 5, The Last Night.
Oh,
where he
yeah.
plays a wizard or
Yeah,
something.
yeah. Not just a wizard, the wizard.
The Wizard of Merlin. Yeah, you're right. Anyway, so we're going to talk about that Array Star Wars movie and what may have been, Mason. We're going to talk about the new Transformers 1 cast. We're going to talk about CinemaCon, including news on Dune 2 and
2.
Sony's
The
first.
Battle for Arrakis.
That's right. Sony's first R-rated superhero flick. Then it's trailers ahoy. We've got new Hunger Games. We've got Transformers.
Younger Games.
Thank you. That's great. We've got the Equalizer. We've got The Witcher. We've got Black Mirror. We've got The Flash. And then, of course, we're going to be doing our famous series that we haven't done in 7 to 10 years.
Superhero Showdown.
That's right, Mason.
We're going to arbitrarily decide who'd win in a fight between one guy and another guy.
That's right.
That's right. Just a couple of weird freaks in an arena of some sort.
Exactly.
Battle it out to the death.
There's time codes below. Collings always does that, which is terrific. If
Maybe you want to skip to
any
that
of it.
showdown.
That's maybe
you want to skip to the letters. Maybe you want to skip to the end where we just plug stuff and say social media handles. Maybe you want to skip
Maybe
to
you want
it.
to skip to that.
Yeah.
And then I'm out of a rut. You know what I mean?
That's right.
You
Yes.
don't have to watch any.
Mix it up.
You don't have to
You
watch
can listen
me.
to this in any order you want.
And we can do it in any order, Mason.
We're going to do some of this and then take a break and go to Red Rooster and come back and do the rest.
What about if we do this all out of order, but we edit it so it's in order?
We edit it?
Collings edits it so
Terrific.
it's in order.
I love that. That'll get him out of that rut.
that we put him in.
We put him in that rut.
Okay, Mason.
Yes.
Now is the perfect opportunity to deploy your new favorite character. It's old Ray, Mason. It's old Crone Ray. This comes from a variety of people, including Can We Get Some Toast on Twitter. So apparently Damon Lindelof's Star Wars project that he left, which is going to be the Ray Skywalker movie.
They asked him to leave, didn't they?
Yeah, he was like, I was having a great time. And they said, hey, here's the door. And they went, what? No, I'd imagine they went, go and get yourself something from the break room. And they opened the door and I went out and I was in a car park. That's right. And I turned around and there was no door.
Door was gone. Door was gone.
So, yeah, no, apparently he didn't want to leave. But he was actually going to have the project focus on an elderly Rey training 2 Jedi, a man and a woman.
Oh, yes.
I wonder what that would sound like. But we don't have time.
Oh, no.
This is via the Hot Mic podcast, Mason. You're stuck in a rut. You can't be doing old characters.
That's true.
Invent a new character. The Hot Mic podcast said that this
And then he kept saying, Ray. And I said, Finn, darling, what? Yeah, what? I mean, I'm listening. Like I was listening before. What do you want to... And he never told me.
I don't have anything to say. I just like shouting your name.
And I suppose life's like that sometimes. You never get to the bottom of it. I mean, were it some sort of narrative, that'd be very unsatisfying. But it was real life, so...
So is this the Jedi training? Has it started?
Yes.
How many flips do you want me to do?
I mean, how many can you do?
I could do like a forward roll, maybe a cartwheel.
Oh, that sounds delightful. I don't think I could do a forward roll when I started.
I bet you could.
Oh, I don't remember.
Great, okay, what are we going to do it now? Mason, this is by the Hot Mic podcast.
Go on.
Apparently it was going to be set 60 years in the future.
Oh, yes.
And Helen Mirren was going to play an older Rey.
And that's still in our past.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it caught up.
Yeah.
Maybe that was in our future. It went beyond our years.
And now it's set in the 90s.
That's right. So
your lightsaber color can be blue or green or hypercolor.
Yeah.
You warm it up and it changes color.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, I understand why they didn't do this. I like this idea, but the thing about Star Wars is you need at least 3 to 4 characters who can show up and go, remember me? And you go 80 years in the future, you can't be doing that.
That's true.
There's a lot of people you can't be... Palpatine can't... Well, he could probably come back, but others... You know?
Yeah.
Others maybe not.
That's right.
But, Helen Mirren is an old Jedi trying to remember if she could do a forward roll. That's interesting to me.
That's very interesting, right?
Anyway, it's never going to happen now. They're doing Rey and she's 30.
Yeah.
Which is the age of Daisy Ridley. So there you go. But which also...
My insurance premiums have gone down now that I'm 30.
I guess they would, wouldn't
For
they?
my car and so forth.
Yeah, you can't... Car?
I mean land speeder.
Yeah, thank you. Actually, the design of your land speeder, you might know this, Ray. It's actually like Luke's land speeder design and they've just tilted it on its side.
I don't know who that is.
You met him!
I'm 30 years old, you know. I'm 30 years old, James.
That's some desert 30 years, mate. That's brutal. People you see like...
Can't be expected to remember every Tom, Dick and Luke.
This happened like 6 years ago. He still visits you as a ghost.
Oh, the ghost fella.
I thought he was a phone call. One of those blue phone calls you get.
I get so many blue phone calls. Anyway.
Here's some news, Mason.
Go on.
A couple of Transformers news, but we'll do this one first. The next Transformers animated movie, which is coming out next year, called Transformers 1.
Big cast list released,
That's
as
right.
I understand it.
It's going to be a trilogy focusing on the early years, the college years of Optimus and Megatron.
Yeah.
And who knows what they get up to. All sorts of shenanigans, looking through a peephole.
Yeah, that's right,
RC or whatever, I don't know.
Optimus is picking sides for his basketball team or whatever, and Megatron's like, what about, you're just going to go play basketball, are you? Revenge,
yeah. Here's the cast. Chris Hemsworth as a young Optimus Prime.
Ooh, young and sexy.
Yeah.
By young, like 1,000,000 years old?
Yeah,
or?
1,000,000 years old Optimus Prime. or I guess he'll be Orion Pax initially, won't he?
Maybe.
Brian Tyree Henry as young 1,000,000-year-old Megatron.
All right.
Scarlett Johansson as Alita.
Yep.
Who's that?
Oh, it's like the other girl Transformer.
The other girl, so there's 2.
There's a few now, but that's the main other one.
The main
there's
other.
RC, who's the main girl Transformer, and there's Alita 1, who is the secondary girl Transformer.
Second girl. Oh, yeah, she just looks like... She's also pink.
Yeah, but a slightly darker shade of pink.
Yeah. This is great design all around, Mason.
Pretty good.
I've seen this character and I just thought it was a variation on...
wrong.
Yeah, wrong. Keegan-Michael Key is Bumblebee.
Okay, he's having a good run with voiceover stuff, isn't he?
That's right. Here we go. Here's a good one. Jonathan Hamm as Sentinel Prime.
Mr. Jonathan Hamm.
That's right.
Wow.
And Lawrence Fishburne as Alpha Trion. Who's Alpha Trion again? Was he a Prime? No.
Oh, man.
Is he like the head of the Citadel or something?
Maybe.
He's an enigmatic old robot, and in many realities, he's the guardian of Vector Sigma and the custodian of the circuit key. That's nonsense. That doesn't mean anything.
I think so. When I was a kid, there's some episodes where the Decepticons they bill. You know the combiners. You know
They send a bill.
They send a bill.
Yeah.
They finally get the bill.
Yeah. Well, that's not going to be good.
The Decepticons build.
Soundwave, can you get this bill?
The Decepticons build a bunch of. They're called the Stunticons.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Then the cars they
make
turn into a big combiner guy, and then
Bruticus?
no Menasor.
Menasor.
And then the Autobots have to go to Cybertron and build their own guys, and I think that's who they go to. That guy. I think that's Vector Sigma or Alpha Trion or whatever.
It's like, you left me. You all got in the Ark and you left.
First of all, shut up. Second of all, build us some more Autobots, but plain ones this time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aerial bots. He's like, well, I'll make one of them afraid of flying. That'll show him. That'll bloody show
You
him.
dumbasses.
So if you build an Autobot, right, in this universe,
Where does their soul come from?
that, and do
Yes.
they just have, like, are they automatically, like, got the personality? You put that in immediately?
I don't know.
They have to grow up?
Don't know.
They go to school?
I don't think so.
Because I guess you can just put the knowledge
Maybe
in them.
Maybe it's optional. Maybe you can build a young one and it goes to school.
The young
Or maybe
ones.
if you're in a hurry, you just put a predefined personality in.
Yeah.
You know?
Just stack a bunch of, like, metal boxes.
What do we got here? We got Edgelord.
Yeah.
Edgelord guy.
Yeah, let's have an edge.
We got guy who corners you at parties. We'll plug that in.
Oh, my God.
We got guy who won't stop talking about going to the gym. And I realize that's irrelevant for Transformers. We're working with what we got.
But-
no amount of working out is going to make these guys bigger, but we got to put it in there.
I still think, Mason,
Go on.
at some point, and me and my son, we've had this discussion, they should give Bumblebee the matrix of leadership at some point.
Yeah, nice.
Make him a leader, and not the weird radio, I'm JFK or whatever, and now I'm a jazz song, and I don't know, I mean like regular personality Bumblebee. You know, he's like a little Prime, like a slightly littler Prime. He seems worthy enough.
Yeah, I mean, I guess there's only some continuities they'll be able to do it in, because I'm pretty sure I would say that in the movie continuity now they're pretty firmly locked in that he doesn't talk anymore.
Fuck all that.
Yeah, I know, but it's too late because they're going to get.
No, I mean, don't worry about it. Yeah.
Mirage is going to be the guy who talks now, but I think probably in the animated ones or the comics or whatever, they'll probably give him the Matrix of Leadership. Why not?
Why not? Even just for a second.
Yeah.
Just to see how it feels.
And he turns into a bigger Volkswagen.
Well, isn't he Goldbug
Yes.
also?
Yes.
Yeah, great. Mason.
Well, what if we did an episode that was just bad, us, like with our vague memories of Transformers continuity? Because he was destroyed by G.I. Joe, and then they rebuilt him as Goldbug.
Which G.I. Joe?
All of them. Just
All got
together.
together?
They surrounded him and shot him in the
This
head.
freak.
Yeah.
Let's kill him.
But that's only in the Marvel continuity.
Yeah.
In the others, I don't know.
That's crazy.
Or I think in some continuities they're separate guys. It doesn't matter.
It's good to know.
But I think it's important, isn't it?
Yeah, it is important.
I mean, a question here.
It's probably the least important thing to know. Yeah.
Of all the things in the world?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, note here is no actual voice actors in that.
No,
one.
I didn't even realize
It's
that.
all just celebrities.
Well,
and that's fine, and some of them are pretty good.
This is obviously a marketing whatever.
Yeah.
You come in through your day and go, Megatron, you betrayed me, etc.
Is that
That's Chris Hemsworth.
Megatron?
You betrayed me.
Autobots transform and roll out.
Let's get out of here. Megatron's turned into a gun again.
Chris, can you give us another take on that? I will not. I'm going method, and this is how Optimus Prime sounds.
You get the best. You get what you pay for, the best.
That's right.
This is me. Oh, God. Chris Hemsworth. We loved you in Thor 4.
It's not true.
You didn't love him in Thor 4?
No.
You didn't like him?
No,
Okay.
didn't like him. No.
Well, I'm going to tell him that you said that.
Right.
Because we're both Australian, which means we'll run into each other
Right,
at some
I welcome
point.
that.
Yeah. Mason, CinemaCon happened.
Okay.
Is there a bigger con on bloody earth than the cinema? Getting you to the cinema and you get a big popcorn or whatever?
Yeah, getting a big popcorn, that's the biggest con in the world, isn't it?
That's my joke, Mason.
But they're very expensive, aren't they?
They are very
Yeah,
expensive.
that's the biggest con in the world,
Especially
isn't it?
considering like it's probably the cheapest snack you could manufacture. You
Oh,
know?
yeah,
It's
yeah.
also the storage is like capacity is like it's great because they're little and then they become slightly
True.
bigger.
But you pay for the drama, don't you?
The drama of getting a popcorn. No, you don't pay for that.
Because once in like every 20th time you go to the cinema, the machine's popping.
That's true.
And that's worth it, I think.
Yeah, well, they run it once a year.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right. Yeah. Anyways, so a bunch of stuff was revealed, including some trailers that we'll talk about. But here's some just news that you might want to know.
And some people just showed full movies.
They just went, you can watch The Flash or whatever, which we'll talk about. But Dune 2.
Is CinemaCon open to just regular people?
No, I think it's specific movie elite critics.
Oh, yeah, I bet it is.
Yeah, that's why you got an invite, because you're a big cinema nerd. You're in with big cinema. I'm not. I'm a man on the street.
Yeah.
And I go to the cinema like a normal person at home. I watch things on TV, basically.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Well, what's CinemaCon like?
Great, yeah.
Yeah.
I got it. They showed me a bunch of movies and they said, "Can you say these are good when you review them?" And I said, "Fine, that's cool. I don't care."
Yeah.
You brought me to CinemaCon.
Yep.
You've given me a show bag with
Sure. Funko Pop in it.
Yeah. I got like a Bumblebee mask and you changed your voice and stuff.
Yeah.
It's worth it, I reckon. Absolutely worth it. Just absolutely worth it to give it a good review. Just a thing that'll be in my house for a week. And then I'll run out and I'll chuck it in the bin. You know?
Yeah.
I think it's worth it.
I agree.
Yeah. I get to stand in front of just a hastily put up sign that just says Bumblebee or whatever, Transformers, I don't know, Rise of the Beast.
Yeah.
And I just stood in front of it and got my picture taken. And that's worth it, I think.
That's
That's worth it.
a photo you'll never look
I'll
at.
sacrifice all my principles for that, I reckon. It's worth it.
Now, Mason, it's not that bad. There's a lot of very nice people, some of which I know that went to CinemaCon.
Wow.
So I'll accept your attraction. But before that,
Okay.
Dune 2,
Yes.
they're talking about it. Apparently it picks up, there's a couple of images that were released, picks up right
Are they
up.
from like quite high up, like a top-down perspective, and it's in a grid system?
No, Mason. No
And
one's
there's-
talking about
and
this
there's
Dune video game.
There's like
that you
a like a bar at the side, and you click on the thing, and you can move stuff and manufacture
Mason.
little buildings and stuff.
No, and there's the fog of war, so you can't
Yeah.
see.
You have seen this movie. I knew it.
I didn't see the movie,
Oh, interesting.
Mason.
Okay.
But yeah, apparently it picks up right after the first. And apparently Denis Villeneuve considers actually the first movie and the second movie actually one whole movie.
Interesting.
So if you were thinking that it's going to cost you an additional ticket to see this movie, you don't have to, because it's actually one movie.
that's perfect.
So as long as you've got your ticket from the
kept
first year.
that stub.
I watched it at home. It came to streaming here, and then it came out a month later.
Yeah.
It's in cinemas. But I am looking forward to seeing this one in cinemas. Good movie. That
I
first
think
one.
if he really did consider it, two parts if he did really consider it one movie, he shouldn't have called it Dune Part 1 and Part 2.
Yeah.
I think he should have just called them both Dune.
No, he should have called the first one Dune and the next one.
You nice. Yeah.
Makes sense to me. So there you go. So that's coming out next year.
Yeah, we've got some stills. We got the a picture of Florence Pugh.
Yeah.
We got apparently Austin Butler shaved his head for the role
Or bald cap.
bald cap.
Oh, Dune Part 2 comes out 2023. It comes out this year.
It's this year.
November of this year. Oh, that's cool. So yeah, there you go. Okay, here we go.
Nice.
Is he doing the Elvis accent? Or is he doing something like this?
I think he's doing something like that.
Ah,
I've got some sand in my throat.
and that's
I'm not on the planet yet. I went to the beach.
They said breathe in that sand air. I said I will, and I've done it.
We doing Marlon Brando? Is that what this voice is?
Like Eddie Redmayne, Jupiter's
Oh,
ascending
yeah.
or whatever, you know?
Sure, yeah.
Very good. Also, you're going to love this.
Am I?
Sony have finally revealed what their first R-rated superhero movie is going to be.
Is it
Kraven, Friend of the Animals.
Wow.
Yes. Because as you know, this version of Kraven is an animal lover, not a fighter.
True, yeah.
So they showed a trailer. People loved the trailer. They said, we love this and thank you for the poster that I'll never put up.
That's right.
But there's a moment in it which you're going to love.
I've heard about it. Is this I guess... Look, if you don't want to know anything about Kraven...
And you don't.
Friends of the Animals.
But
you don't.
not for spoilers, you just don't want to
Yeah,
know.
you don't hear about it. Well, too bad. Skip around. Get out of your rut. Maybe you'll learn to love a bad movie or two.
Yeah, learn to love it.
Yeah, apparently it ends with a guy saying something along the lines of, "This is. Don't you want to know why they call me the Rhino?" And then he
And
turns
Rat
into-
Craven says, no,
No,
actually.
I don't actually. I'm not interested. It seems like you're fishing for attention. And if there's anything that's going to turn me off asking any questions, it's somebody fishing for attention.
Yeah.
So no, I don't.
I didn't even know they called you that.
Please and thank you.
I said, do you know me why they called me Mr. Rhino?
Your name badge says Greg.
Greg Rhino.
Well, it just says Greg R. So I guess that could be, yeah.
Okay, fine. Why?
Why?
Look, I turned into a rhino, all right?
Huh.
That's great, Greg Rhino. So he turns into a rhino.
Yeah.
Though, the people are saying, like, well, that's accurate to Rhino. But isn't the original Rhino is just a guy trapped in a rhino suit?
Yeah, I guess. But I mean, I suppose.
And then there's the mechanical rhino we've seen before.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, yes.
Is he trapped in a suit?
I
don't
think he
remember.
is, yeah.
Just a bunch of them
I
are.
think
Scorpion is.
Yeah, but I think he's one of those guys where they did experiments on him and he became a really big guy and then they put the rhino suit on him or whatever. So maybe, who knows. But also, doesn't that sound like a bit of fun?
The guy going, I'm turning into a rhino now.
Yeah.
Hey, watch this. Turn into a rhino.
Yeah.
Get ready. So that's cool.
Okay.
Anyway, again, people said they liked the footage. And if there's one thing we know about Sony and their spin-off movies, it's that they're bad.
They're bad.
They're all bad.
The ones that they can just barely get made are bad.
But maybe this is not.
Yeah, maybe it's really good.
Maybe it's really
Maybe
good,
it's
mate.
super cool.
Maybe it's the best movie that Sony have ever made in terms of Spider-Man spin-offs, and that's possible.
Now, here's one bit of news. Is this true? Oh, it is from the HollywoodReporter.com. Speaking of movies that could be bad, Marvel spin-offs especially that could be bad.
Is this El Muerto?
No, this is about the Blade movie.
Oh, yeah, I saw some news on this.
The new Blade movie, which at this point should be filming, but I don't think it is.
Yeah, it's supposed to be out this week, isn't it?
That's right. But it's gone through a bunch of different scripts and so on and so forth. Apparently, they've brought on Nick Pizzolatto to write the movie, who is the creator of True Detective.
That's a great
get. And, of course, he's worked with the star of Blade in season 3 of...
He worked with Wesley Snipes.
Wesley Snipes.
From the movie Blade
That's
from
right.
1998.
That's right, James.
Wow.
But clearly, Mahershala Ali has been a little bit... Like, I think he seems to really want to make this work and not be in a movie that's bad.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing he has some sort of sway here, and he went,
He
how about
must.
bring in a guy who's good at writing?
Yeah.
That would be nice.
That's not a bad idea. Well, apparently there's rumors that, like, Kevin Feige, we've talked about it before, he's very much now wrangling, like, the storylines for this. It blew out too much and he lost creative control and, like, quality control. It became, like, more quantity over quality.
Yes.
So that might just be part of this. Maybe they should do it before Mahershala Ali turns 70 years old. Because how old is he? He's at least like 55,
I don't think that's true.
Yes, he is.
Is he? No. You're thinking of Stan Lee.
I'm thinking of Stan Lee, a famously dead man.
Yeah.
He's 49.
You're thinking
So
of
there you go.
Ray Skywalker, who's in her late 50s.
No, 30s.
Oh, so well, she may as well be dead then.
Yeah, I agree.
That's 50 in Hollywood years if you're an actress.
Yeah, that's true. Don't even bother. Don't even bother to show up on set. Yeah. All right, so there you go. Are you excited for Blade with that creative team?
Yes, I am.
That they might fire.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, there
might be some good ideas that he contributes before they fire him.
I saw a rumor, I don't know who it was from, where he was like, yeah, one good thing about hiring like Sam Raimi is that you can just trust him to do it and he'll make something good. And I really like that Doctor Strange movie, that last one. And I think that's largely because Sam Raimi got to put a bit of his Sam Raimi juice in it, you know?
And the director of Blade currently is Jan de Monge.
Yes, what have they worked on before? I can't remember.
Lovecraft Country.
That's the one.
First episode, I think.
There you go. And other things I remember.
Yes.
Anyways, let's do some trailers.
Ooh, honk.
I would even say, honk for trailers.
Now it's ooh, honk.
Ooh, honk.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
The trailers are running across the road suddenly. It's dark.
Okay.
And we're driving.
Yeah.
And the trailers are suddenly running across the road. And we're like, ooh, honk.
I heard that's actually how the first time that you saw a naked lady went, ooh, honk. Is that true?
No.
That's true.
No, that's not true.
That's what she's been telling everybody, Mason. Anyways, trailers ahoy, ooh, honk. For the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, the Hunger Games, because Francis Lawrence is back to direct. You might know Francis Lawrence from all the previous Hunger Games movies.
I do.
And also Constantine or Constantine, and also another thing that I like.
Oh, yeah.
I like his movies. So in this time around, the Younger Games, as I like to call it.
Well, I'm going with, what did I say? Nunger Games.
Hunger Games?
Because it's the new Hunger Games.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good too.
Yeah.
So Tom Blythe is playing a young President Snow, and Rachel Zegler is playing Lucy Gray Bard. And what happens is this is out in November.
Is that the plot?
Yeah.
It's out in November.
So it's just after the war, the big war that happens in the Hunger Games.
Okay, right.
Which starts the Hunger Games or something.
Yeah.
And so they start a Hunger Games or something.
It's a little bit community theatre.
Yeah.
They're like, let's put on a show.
Yeah, that's
let's
right.
do it in this disused community hall.
Yeah, it just looks like it's in like a tunnel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just an old movie theatre. They're like, just run around for a bit.
They didn't have the budget for big like mutant dogs and holograms
and nanotech slime and whatever.
and and you can paint yourself into a rock.
That's right.
Which I'm looking forward to coming back to these this year for Caravan of Garbage. But it's basically President Snow was what's his name? Donald Sutherland.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently something happened to him when he was young and in love, and then he was like, no, I'm evil. Okay. So this is one book. Mm-hmm. So I don't know whether we're just getting this one book or there's going to be a series of movies. I don't know how much of this movie is the book or whatever, but one, it seems at the very least.
how much is just them reading from the book? Just every actor has a copy of the book and they just read it out on screen.
I would love that.
Yeah,
Nice cinema. So yeah, there you go. Looking forward to it.
It's pretty fun.
For real, I like the people that are in it.
Yeah.
It's good. I really like Rachel Zegler. She's good in things.
Yep.
And I feel like she's also been in a lot of things which nobody saw.
Like Shazam 2.
Like Shazam 2 and the Steven Spielberg, The West Side Story, and a third thing, which I can't even remember. Yeah. Oh, she's the new
Northland Story.
Oh, okay. What?
Northland Story? It's
What's
about
that?
the shopping centre.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I should check that. I probably won't. But she's the new Snow White or something.
Is she?
Or the other one? Or one of the other Disney princesses.
Huh.
She's one of those.
That's terrific.
So people will hate that.
Yeah,
So that's
absolutely.
I hope this is good. Yeah. There you go. Anyway, as the movie says, it's out in November. So we get to see it this year. Yeah. And maybe we can do our
May the odds be forever in November when this is coming out.
That's right. Do you want to do our classic Doctor Who / Hunger Games episodes, which we used to do?
Oh, we could do that, yes.
They used to line up every year.
New Doctor Who's going to be out then?
Doctor Who.
Doctor Who.
New.
Doctor New.
Doctor Who.
Doctor New.
Doctor New.
Doctor New.
Doctor Who release date. Yay! May and October of 2023. So maybe.
Yeah, maybe. That could work out.
It says, audio dramas. Why? Always, they get me with these things, Mason.
They do.
It's always like, this guy's back at Doctor Who, and I'm like, oh, is he? And it's like, no.
The guy who played that lady's granddad, he's back for more adventures of that guy doddering down to the shops. But maybe the Cybermen will be there.
Probably.
They're not, though. It's just a bin. He was confused for a minute.
Yeah, okay, so Tenet will appear in 3 specials in November 2023.
All right, great.
We're lining up again, Mason.
Yeah, that's right.
This is our bread and butter. This is how we made all that money initially.
Is it?
Yeah.
Great.
We made a fortune, don't you remember? One of us did. Who's to say who?
Oh, no.
So there you go. There we go. Transformers Rise of the Beasts.
Big trailer, big time trailer.
A few reveals I wish they didn't do.
Yep, so we're going to spoil some of these.
Yep.
If you've been avoiding the trailers because you want to go in fresh to this,
Don't
too
watch
bad.
this one. Absolutely
Skip
do not
around,
watch
get out
this
of your
one.
rut. We've been
Yeah.
telling you all episode, unless you've been skipping around normally, you'd probably be missing the part
okay.
where we say get out of the rut.
But now's your opportunity.
I think they're going to miss that as well.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, let's spoil it for that guy.
Stay in your rut.
Yeah, staying, yeah.
Anyway, Unicron's in this.
Unicron's in this.
Apparently there's going to be a Unicron trilogy.
Whoa.
So hopefully it's good. Because then they
Okay.
can do it. Otherwise,
so they defeat Unicron.
Otherwise they'll tease Unicron again and then not do another movie with Unicron.
Yeah, they're going to defeat Unicron and then it's his mum and dad come to give the Transformers a big talking to.
Our son is special.
That's right.
And you treated him very poorly,
He's
actually.
trying his best to eat the planet.
It's actually quite rude what you've done here. Yeah.
So that's in, and he's looking very cartoon accurate as
Yeah.
opposed to all the other times Unicron's been in these movies.
Once.
Or twice.
He was a big horn coming out of the earth or
Oh,
whatever.
yeah. Okay, great.
Because the earth in that
It
version
was
was
Unicron. Okay, great.
God.
Yeah.
Why did they do that version?
I don't know, man.
But at least they did that version, so now we can get this version
Okay,
now.
but this verse, some would argue, I'd say probably some big Transformers fans.
I know sometimes Unicron's the earth. I know.
No. But I'm saying that in the cartoon, they didn't battle Unicron until way further in the continuity.
Yes.
Until like the second gen Transformers arrived, like a Hot Rod, for example, an RC.
Yeah. So you're
Although
saying
she's
it's
in
too
this.
early.
I'm saying it's. Well, I don't care, but I'm saying for some people probably ttoo early.
Yeah. I think maybe they were just.
Where's Springer?
Where's Springer? Where's Wheelie?
Where's Cup?
Where's Cup?
Where's Cup? Where's Ultra Magnus?
Where is Ultra Magnus? How old is Ultra Magnus then?
Probably
like
3 million.
19.
Yeah, probably. That's right.
'Cause he wasn't
No,
in
he
the
was off.
original.
He was off doing something else.
Oh, it was off. I was busy. I'm busy. Well, you're busy for 1,000,000 years?
Yeah.
Fucking idiot. You're busy for 1,000,000 years, were you?
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Yep.
Can they
I was
speak?
in line at the Transformers Bank. It can take 1,000,000 years. Well, that's understandable, actually.
Yeah. Don't you have electronic banking? That's ridiculous. Why do you have
we have-
physical
We have
cash?
to deposit a check.
I
The
like-
check turns into a bee or whatever and it flies off and you got to chase it. It's madness.
It is madness. So there's also
Mm-hmm.
one thing that I enjoy from the Transformers, the movie, the animated one,
Mm-hmm.
is that there's that transforming suit that a human can wear.
Yeah.
But that doesn't really, it just looks more like an Exo Iron Man suit. It
does, doesn't it?
I prefer like a boxy car kind of thing.
Right,
like they've
right.
got.
That breaks all your limbs when you transform
Yeah.
into a little car. Yeah. That'd be
Shatters
great.
you.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
But yeah, Mirage throws the human protagonist some sort of little nanotech
Yeah.
thing and he's like, oh, I got a suit on now.
Don't mind if I do.
So that's pretty cool.
So we should get more a look at all the Animorphs that are in this and whatever.
That's right.
Mason.
Yeah. That's right. All those Animorphs.
That's all that.
Yeah, that's right.
Probably some Predacons,
Yeah.
etc.
No Megatron yet?
No, I can't remember the rumors of whether he is or isn't. I think if he's not in this one, he'll probably be teased in the post credits or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah,
But
yeah.
he'll be in the next one.
That's right.
I assume. I love all the designs that they've been going with this as well. The G1
That's right.
kind of look of all of these. It looks good.
He can't be a gun anymore, so now he transforms into a big sign that says "Respect your parents."
I really like the voice of because there's a new Bumblebee, Mirage.
Yes.
It's Pete
Sampras.
David's. it's tennis legend Pete Sampras.
That's what I thought. Yeah. Who is it?
Notoriously boring man, Pete Sampras.
That's right.
Yeah.
Is it? Who did you say?
Pete Davidson.
Davidson. Okay, great. All right.
And I know
cool.
a lot of people are like skeptical, but I thought he was a good fit for
Yeah,
this.
great.
Actually,
That's cool.
yeah.
Yeah.
So there you go. I saw because I'm in the Transformers Reddit, the subreddit.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And someone was like, "Yeah, it's only good because like they put the voice changer on it." It's like, I mean, that's a part of it, but I don't think that's the only reason why.
Yeah.
I think he fits that character.
Yeah.
Or this
Also,
version they've made.
I saw on Twitter that one of the people involved in the production confirmed that they have modelled Optimus Prime's face on Peter Cullen's.
Oh, really?
So because he, like, you know, the mask can come down, you see his mouth and nose and etc. Looks like Peter Cullen.
Well, I heard in the animated one with Chris Hemsworth, he's just going to be holding a surfboard the whole time.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, 'cause
Wow.
that's what Chris Hemsworth likes
Big
to
T-shirt that says "I heart Byron Bay."
do. Yeah, that's right.
I heart wellness. Download the Centre app.
Exactly what I said.
I'm selling a gin now.
Oh, no.
A tequila, probably a tequila.
Probably a tequila.
Yeah.
At least he's doing a fitness app.
Yeah.
Look, sorry, we're talking about another thing that we recorded. We did a Fast and Furious Caravan of Garbage, and I realized during it that I'm sick of celebrities trying to sell us their alcohol.
You are Jack of it.
Yeah, I am Jack of it.
You've reached your peak and you.
I didn't even realize that I hated it, but I'm sick of it.
You unloaded on all those Hollywood phonies.
That's right. Somebody had to, Mason.
That's right.
Somebody
Somebody going
had
to be me. I went to CinemaCon.
That's right. Someone
I'll
has to
never
be
unload on
brave.
any Hollywood phonies.
Next Goal Wins. That was a trailer.
Oh, yeah.
Taika Waititi's next film. It looks good.
Now, some people are like, how could he say he's an Oscar loser when he's won an Oscar? And that's a great point.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's not as funny, though, is it?
It's not as funny. That's
And
true.
Isn't it? Don't you want it to be funny?
That's right. I do want it to be funny.
Me
Yeah.
too, Mason. So, yeah, it looks good. Looks more like his boy and his Hunt for the Wilder People.
Yeah,
like
lower stakes.
That's what he does. He does
Yeah,
his
bit
big
of
one
fun.
and then he does
Yeah, I'm on board. Bit of
he
fun.
does bit of fun. Michael Fassbender, fake beard, etc. Then
That's
no
right.
beard. So, yeah, one. Apparently based on a true story. This next one I didn't watch, but you did. The Threequalizer.
Oh, yes.
What'd you think?
He's back. He's in Italy.
Does he have a hammer? An Italian hammer.
I think he has an Italian
Just
hammer
a
at
big
some point.
handful of loose spaghetti.
That's right.
A wet handful of spaghetti.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think of that?
I love it.
Yeah. Did it look good?
Yeah, I guess. Sure. Like Denzel Washington. It's the same format. He's retired and he's gone to Italy.
Why?
Because he likes Italy. I don't know.
There's not like a reason? He didn't go there for an international kidnapping or something?
No, he's just there because he's retired and he's like, I'm liking this slope base of whatever. And then there are some mafia guys. And he's
Oh, no.
like, well, better kill everybody in the mafia, I guess.
Yeah, why not?
But of course it's the Equalizer, so he's like, you might want to rethink being killed by me. You could walk away or I'm going to kill all of you. And they're like, well, we'd prefer if you killed all of us, quite frankly.
That's right. I'm just looking at so the first one made $192 million.
Okay, all
Which is a
right.
nice little. Second one made $190 million. Which
Oh, wow.
So these have never been like huge.
No.
So I guess these stream well,
Probably, yeah.
and I guess up the back of like John Wick and whatever. they're
Yeah,
like,
that's true, yep.
Let's do a geezer teaser, mate.
Yeah,
Let's
that's
go.
right.
But I like Denzel Washington. I liked the one that I saw, whichever one that was.
Did you ever see The American? It had George Clooney in it.
No, what was that?
He's in Italy.
And is he like an action guy?
Yeah, he's a assassin.
A former assassin turned
It's a current assassin.
current assassin.
Yeah. He's,
Wow.
yeah.
He should get out of his rut of being an assassin.
Right?
What a nerd.
That's right.
Is it good?
Yeah, I like it. Yeah.
Is that his like his hand like his name is like his like CIA name is like the American?
No, he's just American.
It's just American. is it?
He's not, you know.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Is he on holiday and then he gets caught up and he has to do an assassin?
No, he's
there for an assassination.
well, he's there to get away from all the other people he killed.
Great.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Well, he should have gone somewhere less obvious.
Right? If he'd gone to America, he would have just blended in because he would have just been the guy.
Exactly.
So,
The guy. Yeah.
some guy.
Some guy. Some American man.
Yeah.
Mason, we also got a trailer for The Witcher Season 3.
That's right.
Probably the final season.
I haven't seen The Witcher Season 2 or most of The Witcher Season 1.
Me
But
and you're in
imagine
the
if I
same
had.
boat, man.
yeah.
What do you think?
All right.
Is Jerry Geralt back?
He's in there.
Yeah?
He's in there and he's
Is he shirtless?
no, he's shirtful. Very
Shirtful.
shirtful as far as I can remember.
Sounds like somebody hasn't
And
been
everybody's
working out.
drinking potions and their eyes are going black and they're being like, how about some of this? And then they do a thing and then there's a big zap and everybody falls over, you know, that sort of stuff. You know, the stuff that they like. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't believe you haven't watched these yet.
Yeah. That's what I like. You know?
Just your enthusiasm
Yeah,
for this.
yeah. What I
palpable.
like, James, and you know this, is when somebody, like, imagine a scenario in which you went to shove somebody.
Yeah.
You do a shove, but they're slightly further away than you're expecting.
Yeah.
How are you going to shove them? You can't do it. But what if you had a magic?
Yeah.
You drank a potion or whatever, and then you do a shove, and they get shoved even though they're out of shoving range.
And they-
Isn't that incredible?
They didn't expect it.
Yeah. Some guy sold his soul to the devil so he can do a slightly further. He's got more range on his shove.
Yeah, that's sick,
I think
man.
that's cool,
I'm
actually.
a big fan of that.
Yeah.
So cool. There you go. The Witcher Season 3. Then we've got Black Mirror, speaking of Netflix. Season 6 also out in Dune.
That's right.
What do you think?
I like Black Mirror.
Can't tell anything from this.
No, I was just thinking actually that I was under the impression, this is a few weeks ago, I was under the impression that Charlie Brooker stopped making Black Mirror.
He did say that.
Yeah.
That was a while back. So yeah, I'm just looking up the cast for this.
Okay.
Got Rachel Harris, Sean Teal, Benjamin Bratt, Brooke Shields, Miranda Cosgrove, Chad Michael Murray.
Chad Michael Murray?
Paul, whatever his name's in it, isn't he? Zazie Beetz, Aaron Paul, Josh Hartnett.
Yes.
There you go.
Yeah.
I don't know what any of these are about. Sometimes they're in space. Sometimes
they're
they're
in space.
standing in a weird blank room.
Sometimes there's a theme, like a recurring theme. Like the last season was always like, what if your mind got put into a thing, a doll or whatever,
Doll.
a doll or a room,
Yeah.
you know,
Or a box. Like
a box. You couldn't
Okay.
get any. We couldn't go down the shops
couldn't go down the shops. You couldn't get a single thing down
unless
the
they put the
shops.
box in the shops.
Yeah, but then
and
you're stuck there.
you're trapped in the shops.
Think about that.
Yeah.
That's your future
That's
potentially.
right. That's right. All you just spend an eternity looking at cereal you can't eat.
Anyway, I hope you learned
Sure,
your
a box.
lesson. I hope you learned your lesson. Stop looking at your phone.
That's right.
Stop looking
Otherwise,
at it.
you could end up in a box in the supermarket.
I'll put you in a box. I'll put you in your grave.
That's right. Yeah, I'm watching it right now.
Yeah, are you?
Yeah, it looks pretty good.
Anyone do a big push?
No.
Do you reckon there's going to be one that's set in like the 80s or whatever, like they did with Bandersnatch?
Oh, is that Rob? Yeah, you said Rob Delaney's going to be in this. Oh, Salma Hayek. This is an all-star. Yeah, I think there's going to be one like San Junipero. There's going to be one episode that isn't as dreary and miserable as all the others. So people have like a sense of
I think
hope to
Charlie
them.
Brooker's talked about that. He's like, maybe we'll do some optimistic ones
Yeah.
instead of like, no, the president has sex with a pig and everyone's a pedophile or whatever.
Yeah,
You know,
that's
one of those ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty confident there's going to be a store mannequin that's going to come to life.
Oh,
Maybe because somebody's mind is in it.
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Makes sense to me.
Anyway, I love Black Mirror.
I also love the show Black Mirror. Look forward to that in June. Now, Mason, the big reveal from CinemaCon.
Don't have to tell me. I was there.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Why don't you tell me the big reveal from CinemaCon?
More Funko Pops.
No, you're more.
They've recycled the old Funko Pops.
Yeah.
Into
They've given them more mustaches. They've just gone around with a marker and put
That's right.
mustaches on all of them.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
So, to mostly universal acclaim, it seems, People love this new Batman movie that they've made.
Interesting.
They've got multiple Batmen in it. It's Michael Keaton, it's Ben Affleck. And it just seems like a really interesting Batman movie that they've made.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Don't you think? I mean, you saw it, so you can...
Yeah, I think it's good. And they told me to like it, so I do. I think that's cool.
Imagine if they said, just tell everyone you don't like this one. That's great marketing.
Yeah.
Just say, no, it's bad. Yeah. Okay, so...
Do you think that, look, that is the future of marketing, I think, is they pick creators, or they pick content creators they know that people hate. And they go, here's some money. You tell people you don't like this one.
Yeah.
And people will go to spite you.
I wonder if... do you reckon there are people like that exist? If somebody says they hate it, then you go, oh, that's one for me to see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aren't there? Yeah.
But I don't follow him on
Isn't there that famous... Who is it? Is it Armand White who has a very odd taste in movies?
But is that like... Does that mean... Like, when he says stuff like that, does anybody like, oh, that's a good one, actually? Because he seems to say it after, like, the movie is revealed to be whatever.
I see. Right.
You know?
Yeah.
I feel like we could be that.
Yeah, we could do it.
You can pay me to say your movie's bad. That's fine.
Yeah.
So there's a...
We're talking about the Flash movie.
The Flash movie.
Yeah.
It's a Batman movie. But there's a line where Michael Keaton says, you want to get nuts. Let's get nuts.
Yeah.
And that's a line from a previous Batman
and there's a
movie.
There's a moment where Michael Shannon Azad is like, what am I doing here? I saw a Twitter, somebody tweeted.
I don't remember. How did I get here?
Somebody tweeted something along the lines of, it's a competition between Michael Shannon and Michael Keaton as to who wants to be there least. And I disagree. Michael Keaton doesn't want to be there. Michael Shannon doesn't know where he is. Because there is no way.
What a dynamic
There
duo.
is no way Michael Shannon did anything in it. Like, he didn't go to a place. Like, he didn't go to on location. He didn't go out into the desert.
No.
At best, he went into a room.
Got his head scanned.
He got his head scanned. They did some lines, and then they CGI'd everything else, his entire body, whatever he's doing. There's a moment where he gets, like, crushed into the ground or a wall or something.
Yeah.
And that's obviously not.
Yeah.
None of that's real.
No.
But
apparently he asked Zack Snyder for permission.
Oh, okay. That's nice.
Yeah, so that's, because they made a movie together.
Look, and again, this is another thing where I think if you've been avoiding the spoilers for this, don't listen to what we're about to say. Because I think, spoilers beginning right now, I think we're seeing a lot of the third act action sequence.
Yeah.
Most of it is in this trailer, I think.
I'm not going to spoil it because I think I don't know most of them, but apparently it's just like wall-to-wall insane cameos as well.
Yeah.
As you would have seen.
Yeah, and I
hope it's not just Michael Keaton saying lines from previous Batman movies and then just cameos. Because I know in the moment I'll be like, oh, cool, it's Adam West Batman. Oh, cool, it's whatever. But I mean, people seem to like it, including you. But again, these early reactions, I don't mean anything.
Especially not mine.
No.
Because they paid me to say it was good. They paid you to
say it was good or bad. I can't remember.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. Also, apparently, I saw this. It was pointed out that Grant Gustin, the longtime Barry Allen, the Flash in the Flash TV series, is not in it. And the creators said something along the lines of, if we could make it work narratively, blah blah blah, we'd do it. But apparently, again, like you said, there is a sequence where we just see some cameos for no real narrative reason.
Yeah.
But also, the thing about the Flash TV series is that Flash has gone through all this stuff as well.
Yeah.
He's done a Flashpoint. So
he met this Flash.
Yeah, that's right. So like narratively, what's going to happen is Ezra Miller Flash is going to be like, I don't know what to do. And this other Flash will be like, well, this exact same thing happened to me. Yeah. So just run really fast. That's worked out well for me.
What direction?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It doesn't matter.
Do you think
it's a little bit Star Trek, the Star Trek where young Spock meets old Spock from the previous universe.
And he goes, what do you got to tell me?
Yeah.
I don't know, sit in a chair and whatever. Probably come across some weird stuff. You'll
figure
it out. It's fine.
Raise an eyebrow.
Raise an eyebrow or two.
That's right.
Do you think that Warner Brothers sat down and went, can we change this? Can we call this Batman Flashpoint?
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe they should have.
Yeah, maybe they should have, yeah. Maybe that's still to come. It's not out yet.
Yeah.
So
I do love how, like, every now and then somebody at Warner Brothers will be like, what's the future of Ezra Miller's Flash? And they're like, who knows the future? Because they can't be like gone, dead. Nothing.
Unless this makes $2 billion, in which case.
I don't think Ezra Miller's ever coming back.
Yeah,
I think this is, unless like on the back of like years of rehabilitation. And I hope that happens, like genuinely, but like you can't.
Okay, but I think
you can't build more movies around this person.
If this movie made
you shouldn't also.
No, if this movie makes like $1.5 billion, the Flash will be back. But I don't think it'll be
or Michael Keaton's Batman or whatever, which is
right.
probably what.
Yeah,
I mean, that's why people are going to this, right? They want to see stuff they know.
Also, there was an article where Michael Keaton was talking to the press.
Oh yeah,
if you can imagine such a thing.
No.
And he was like, he got the director to take some photos of him for his in the Batman suit for his grandkids. I'm like, you're going to be in the movie though. Just take them to the movie.
Show them the Batman movies you were in.
Yeah. Michael Keaton, do you not know what cameras and film and
Can you take a photo of me and then get it developed and sent and post it to me so I can show my grandkids?
Can you take some photos and then take them down the chemist and get them back in a few days? Can you do that? Yes, Michael Keaton. Yes, we can do that.
There you go. I mean, you would want to show your grandkids that you're Batman, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Because they'd be like, whoa, those are weird, those ones you made.
That's right.
Yeah.
You're barely in that second one. That's weird.
Anyways, anything can be good.
That's true.
And people saying that they loved it and maybe it's got an inconsistent third act or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Well, we know it does because we've seen it. They've shown us the whole thing. So in the trailer. So.
I feel like that's going to be like end of second act and then the third act is evil Flash, multiple cameos, etc.
Interesting. Okay.
But also, who cares?
James, we care because we're being paid by Warner Brothers to
You
care.
got paid. I didn't get paid.
Okay, right. All right, well, I'll talk to Zaslav.
Yeah.
I'll go to the Zaslab, which is where he hangs out,
and where Michael Keaton develops his photos.
That's exactly right. And I'll talk to him. We'll sort that out for you.
Okay. No, I'm interested to see these characters.
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
But I am like, is this just going to be cameos and Michael Keaton being like, Jack Nicholson's Joker? He'll say that.
Oh, his famous catchphrase. When he saw him in the first movie, he's like, "Oh, you're Jack Nicholson's Joker."
Beat you up. Cool.
Very cool.
I was just looking at the date of this, Mason.
Go on.
And the last
April Fool's Day.
What? Well, the last superhero showdown was April of 2020.
My goodness.
So it's been 3 whole months.
Yeah, that's right.
Because those years don't count.
Or 20 years?
I don't know. So that's fun, isn't it?
So it's high time for another one.
Exactly.
Should we do one or should we skip it?
I'm actually busy doing a superhero showdown, Mason.
All right, okay.
What are you...
What, privately?
Yeah, privately.
Okay, great.
Just among my peers. I have normal friends and this is what we talk about.
I've never seen any of your normal friends except Barry.
Well, they're normal, so you wouldn't have I wouldn't have introduced you.
That's bulletproof logic, if I'm honest.
So, Mason,
Yes.
what are the rules of the superhero showdown?
Here's the rules of the superhero showdown. We take, at minimum, 2 people, because any less would be weird.
And any more would be... Well, sometimes we do that.
But it'd be criminal.
It would be
But
criminal.
we'll do it anyway because
Yeah.
we love to break the rules.
That's right.
Anyway, how it works is they appear at opposite ends of a standard size American football field. We don't know how big that is, but it's bigger than an Australian football field, I think.
And squarer on the
That's
edges.
right. That's exactly right. They clock
That's going to be important. Everybody remember that.
Yeah. Squared edges. That's going to come up.
Yeah.
You could, if one of the characters has to bake a giant pan of brownies, maybe that's their power set. I don't know.
Maybe.
Then that would be very important. Anyway, the 2 characters clock one another. They
say hello.
They understand that the other one is dangerous.
Yep.
And they attempt to defeat their opponent in whatever way they normally would.
Yes.
You know, if the character is known for subduing their opponent non-lethally, they'll do that.
Yep.
Or the opposite.
Or the opposite. Or they'll do a big murder. That's right.
That's right.
It's never resolved through conversation.
That's
also.
right.
It's always a fight.
Unless the character only has their conversation. Unless their one skill
okay,
is
sure.
conversation.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
The characters will have only the equipment they would normally have on a standard day out.
Yeah, that's right.
A baby's day out.
Which normally doesn't include a vehicle unless it's a vehicle they can summon. But
Yes.
can they stay alive enough until, say, Michael Keaton's Batman's Batwing gets there?
That's right, and
No.
gets them in the nuts. That's about it. Our rulings are final. We'll talk it through. Our rulings are final, but also if you have a different opinion, that's fine.
And we don't want to know about it.
We don't want to know about it. We do not want to know about it.
So
you keep it to yourself or tell your friends when
That's
you're
right.
telling them about the podcast.
Maybe you've got normal friends like me, and this is your
That's right.
discussion you have. Now, these are taken across, so emails, Weekly Planet Reddit, Planet Broadcasting Great Mates Group, and Twitter. Now, we got hundreds of these, so if I haven't seen yours, I apologize. If I haven't included, I apologize.
You have seen it, you're ignoring
I've seen it, and I said, no, thank you.
Yeah, no
no,
thanks.
there's a good chance that if you think you sent an excellent one and I didn't do it, it's because I probably didn't see it. Because it was excellent, I would have just put it in.
That's right.
But I didn't. So in this particular scenario that we're doing, we're going to have 2 people Or though the people are not exclusively, but they're played by the same actor.
2 characters played by the same actor.
Yes,
That's
that is the wrinkle at this time. I was going to do some chat GPT ones.
Oh, yeah,
and
that's-
I've got it open.
You were very keen on
That was 2 months
asking
ago.
AI. Yeah, it's a couple of months ago, you were hot on the trail of that
But
AI
it's-
gold mine, and you were like, let's ask AI what they think.
It's boring.
Mm.
Like I put a few of these in, and it's like, well, superheroes, they have different abilities, and I guess this person could win, or this person can win, and it's like
Take a stand, Chat GPT.
Yeah. So look, listen. If we can't decide, maybe we'll defer to
Okay,
it.
right.
I've got it ready.
All right.
But I'm not banking on this being anything interesting or even using it. Anyway, here's like a pretty simple, straightforward one to start
Okay.
with. We've probably even done it before. This is from
Okay, great.
Zed Word on Twitter, who says, #Weekly Planet Pod. You still taking these? Yes, this is the first one.
Man, the last one.
That's right. Ryan Reynolds Green Lantern versus Ryan Reynolds Deadpool X-Men Origins. So not his Deadpool where
Not
he's,
the Merc with a mouth, but
where he
in
might
fact
have
a Merc without a
a
mouth.
teleporting time machine, etc., or
okay.
whatever.
Uh-huh.
But he's the mute, sordid, laser-eyed Deadpool.
He's very sordid.
Yes.
I would argue that the other Deadpool's more sordid than him.
That's probably true. Although this one can teleport.
And he's got laser eyes.
Do you think he'd be able to? Ryan Reynolds
I
could.
know technically he doesn't have laser eyes. He has Cyclops eyes.
Blah blah blah. I was gonna be like, you put him in a bubble and throw him into space,
Uh-huh.
but he can teleport, so he can get out of the bubble.
Can he though?
I assume so. Why wouldn't he be
Well,
able
see,
to?
the thing about Green Lantern is his powers are so vast and vague.
Yeah.
Maybe it'd work once, but then he could be like, how about a bubble that he can't teleport out of? I'll just think of that.
Yeah, but is that how it works?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he'd get out of the bubble once. Because then he'd be, I'll just make one he can't get out of. But he could get out at once, get behind him and behead the Green Lantern.
Unless that Green Lantern's like, how about I make a bubble that you can't behead me when I'm in it?
Yeah, I don't know. He's just not a very good Green Lantern.
Yeah, no,
like
that's
my
true.
immediate thought would be Green Lantern because his powers are pretty much whatever he imagines.
But we're saying this particular
this
Green
particular
Lantern,
one,
the one in the movies.
is like limited. He's
Yeah,
like, I'm going to
yeah.
build a Hot Wheels track.
Exactly. Like the one in the comic book ones, their powers is the power essentially is anything you can imagine. So you could be like, I'm going to create a bubble that turns lasers into music or whatever. And then the bad guys shoot the lasers and it turns into whatever. But like this guy seems to be pretty limited to
Yeah.
bubbles and
Jets
and machine guns and whatever. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
What's the range on that teleport, do you think?
Ooh, well, I think you see him do it across like a silo,
A cooling tower.
a cooling
yeah.
tower, whatever. So I think he could do a standard size football
The
field.
entire thing, you think?
And he's not. Well, the Ryan Reynolds Green Lantern is not good hand to hand.
No, that's true.
So maybe it's Deadpool. What do you think?
Yeah, well, also, Green Lantern, he's going to quip, isn't he?
Yeah,
And this Deadpool is not going to quip at all.
he don't quit.
He's going to be straight into
He
the
doesn't
murders, I
quit
think.
and he doesn't quip.
Yeah, I also think that this Deadpool is not he's going to go for the murders immediately.
Yeah,
and he's going to go straight into it. I think the Ryan Reynolds Green Lantern is going to.
he's probably not going to expect him to teleport behind him and behead him, which is what he would probably
Absolutely right,
do
yes.
immediately. Like if it was regular Deadpool, he'd be like, "I'm doing a joke. We're the same," and then he'll do a slow motion gun shoot or something.
Yeah, and also we've got like if I'm gonna remember an iconic action beat from either of those characters, it is Green Lantern with the big minigun shooting
Yeah.
the green bullets, and we've got Ryan Reynolds Deadpool, that version, deflecting a bunch of bullets with a bunch of swords.
True.
So that's I think he's gonna probably deflect all those bullets.
Yeah.
Assuming they're not bullets that he's made to be,
Yeah.
armor piercing, sword piercing bullets.
I think also if he had like a bit of time to know who this guy was,
Yeah.
he would probably be prepared.
Is he afraid of racetracks, for
Yeah,
example, he might
exactly.
think?
But he
I
would-
can make a glowing green racetrack.
He'd go to a glowing green racetrack or a fist, and then he'd be beheaded.
Yeah.
And that would be it.
Have you gone into this biased towards... Do you think it's we're due for original Deadpool to have his day in the sun, if you will?
From the X-Men Origins.
Yes.
No, I don't like either of these characters.
That's terrific. Okay,
So,
I just wanted
it's not like I'm like, wow, I hope this one wins.
Yes,
like, as far as
exactly.
I'm concerned, they both could kill each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I think this this Deadpool can definitely survive one of those big green fists.
Oh,
You know,
100%. He gets beheaded, he's alive.
That's right.
Yeah,
Exactly.
definitely.
Yeah.
100%.
Now, Hal Jordan Green Lantern's ring in the comic books, it can protect him from mortal danger once, I think.
Isn't it? So I'm assuming it's got some like defense mechanisms built into it. But this one doesn't. I haven't seen that in
Are those
this.
adamantium swords?
Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah. cut through a green construct.
I think probably. Yeah.
And also the head's exposed.
Yeah.
You can just go through his head.
All right, I think you're absolutely right. I think it's a very quick teleport behind and
Let's
beheading.
ask AI.
No.
Okay. You've convinced me.
Yeah. What if it says we're wrong?
Well, they're good.
Good.
I got another
You know what? How about this? At the end, we'll go back to this one. We'll go back to this one.
Fine.
And see what it says.
Maybe I'll put it in now and just wait for it to figure it out.
Okay,
I'll say,
great.
give me a lengthy essay.
Okay. You paying for this? Is this free?
No, I think I used a Google account or something.
Interesting.
I can't remember. I don't remember. I don't like it.
Okay.
Anyway.
All right.
Anyway, this is a list that Mason and I have compiled previously. So here we go. This is from Craig's Full 360, who says blind Donnie Yen from Rogue One versus blind Donnie Yen from John Wick 4.
Interesting.
One of them has a gun. So
But which one?
well, I'm assuming this means the one from John Wick.
Yeah.
Now, I feel like the blind Donnie Yen from Rogue One gets by on faith and luck and destiny. Like he gets to walk across and not get shot and flip the switch, and then he dies afterwards because he fulfilled his role in the Force. Where in this scenario, he would just get immediately shot.
Yeah. See, the thing is that I think Donnie Yen John Wick 4 is not a man of peace.
No.
He's a man.
He wants to be.
Yeah.
But
no. Again, they immediately perceive each other as enemies, and I think Donnie Yen John Wick 4 is going to immediately go for the headshot, right?
Yeah. I mean, and he does multiple times, unless it's John Wick, and then he'll get close and do it.
But I mean, they're both blind. How are they perceiving each other from the other side of the football field?
They know something's wrong.
Oh, I guess, but I think. Okay, I think.
You think they get there and they go, huh?
And
they don't know what's happened?
Yeah, I think Rogue One is going to know there's a situation happening far before
the other one does.
John Wick 4. Like significantly before.
But how? Through what means?
The Force.
He doesn't have the Force.
He does, though.
No, he doesn't.
Could you go on Wikipedia and find out?
I'll go on ChatGTP.
That's not going to know.
Does Donnie Yen's character, you look it up while it is, from Rogue One have...
I can't believe we're going to the AI.
I know, it's not going to know either. Or it's going to be, here we go. Yeah, skilled warrior, blah, blah, blah. He's not a Jedi. He's depicted having a deep spiritual connection to the Force and a strong belief in his powers. His abilities are not explicitly defined as due to being the Force or other reasons.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, but I say regardless of the Force, and it is the Force, his range of perception, I think, is further.
Okay, sure.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, I guess also in a room, like Donnie Yen from John Wick is better in like a closed off space, like a big open air scenario.
See, I think Rogue, I keep going, well, I think about Donnie Yen. Well, they're both Donnie Yen. I think Rogue One, I think he's going to perceive the other guy first.
But I don't know whether that's going to help him, though.
Yeah. Right?
Do you think he'd say something? And then he'd just shoot him? He'd be like, hello, stranger. And then he'd just shoot him?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. He's got a gun. He's got that gun.
He does have that gun.
I even think hand-to-hand, I think the John Wick guy would win. Because I know he's got that stick, but he's also good hand-to-hand, and he has a gun.
Yeah, they don't know a lot of jiu-jitsu in the Star Wars universe.
He does some stuff with the stick, but the stick's got a piece of kyber crystal in it.
Okay.
And he can hear it.
Right.
You can hear it like vibrating, and that's why he can fight with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. And John Wick 4, Donnie Yen has those little doorbell things.
He's got doorbells.
Yeah.
That's what I would
How many does he have enough doorbells to cover a standard size American football field?
We don't know.
I don't think he does.
We don't know the range of his rucksack where he keeps his doorbells.
That's true.
Yeah. Anyway, I think it's John Wick 4, but you think it's the other guy?
I mean, granted, he could probably shoot him in the head, but I think you're not factoring in that Rogue One Donnie Yen could deflect that bullet.
With what?
His staff with the kyber crystal.
It's a wooden stick.
Yes.
It's not it's not a lightsaber.
And it's sturdy though. And it's got that kyber crystal you mentioned.
No.
You get him right in the kyber crystal.
No, also
you're not factoring in that fate you mentioned.
Star Wars blaster bolts are slower than regular bullets.
Oh, okay.
So he probably wouldn't get to it in time. It would probably just
Are we factoring in that all the characters in Star Wars are 100 feet tall?
Oh yeah, I forgot that.
And Donnie Yen presumably
you're right.
is a regular size
He would
man.
just stand on him. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. Okay. The guy from Star Wars.
Moving on.
Alf Schofield says, got a matchup
I
idea.
thought this was going to be Alf for a moment away.
Oh, I wish. Got a matchup idea for Superhero Showdown. Joel from the Last of Us series versus the Mandalorian versus Pedro Pascal from the Merge Mansion ad.
Oh, no.
Now, you're a Merge Mansion aficionado.
I'm not. I'm a merge maniac.
Is he a killer?
I don't think he's a killer.
Would he detect that he's about to get shot?
He's more of a is he in, I don't really know, but is he involved in some sort of sordid romance, perhaps?
I don't know.
Okay.
I've never seen a second of those ads.
All right, he's dead.
He's dead. He's not going to be in it.
Yeah,
so it comes down to Joel.
Joel will kill him straight away.
Yeah.
Do you have a car with some fuel in it? Yes. Bang. Bang. What do you got in your mansion? Bang. Bang, you're dead.
Now it comes down to The Last of Us, Joel.
Now, you've already expressed some strong feelings, I feel, on The Mandalorian
he's a
versus
goof.
Joel.
But also, the Mandalorian is armored.
Yes.
And he's a very quick shot. And he's not 60 years old.
That's
which
correct.
Joel is from The Last of Us.
Okay, but the last time you discussed this, you were like, Joel's got it.
I don't know if that's true, though.
Yeah.
Because the Mandalorian is bulletproof.
Oh, James, in a way, there are two. There are two Pedro Pascals in you.
Sure. Both are heartthrobs, Mason.
That's exactly right.
But also, there's no one in the armor from the Mandalorian.
Oh, man, is this a meta-logical loophole of some sort?
It's
just
simply
an empty
the voice.
But there's a guy in there, though, isn't he? And he's a stuntman.
He's a stuntman. Yeah, he's a
Okay,
stuntman.
alright.
Yeah. No, I just think because he's bulletproof and he's a quick draw and he has more. Like, Joel's probably only got like 3 bullets.
Does Joel have Ellie with him?
I mean,
I think he
do
does,
we talk
but-
about companions? I mean, does Doc have Marty? You know, like, what are we talking about here? Does Batman have Robin?
No.
So,
But I think there's been plenty of Batman and Robin solo adventures separately. But has there ever been a
yes, there's that episode where Ellie goes to the mall
Oh,
and plays
yeah.
Mortal
And
Kombat.
there's-
The Mandalorian's also a killer, and if there's one thing he's good at a quick draw.
That's true.
And he's
Is
bulletproof.
he a good shot?
Yeah, he is.
Is he okay?
And he's a killer, yes.
He's a killer.
I don't like it, but I think the Mandalorian is too plot armored and literally armored for a regular man.
Yeah.
And Joel would have to get in close to hand him.
That's true.
And even then, I don't know whether he could.
Yeah, because Joel would have to be good enough.
Joel would be good at like sneaking up and like stabbing him in the neck.
Oh, yeah.
But you can't do that on a football field.
No, which is unfair in our.
In terms of like brutality,
Yeah.
it would be, if it was no armor, a fight, it would 100% be
How
Joel.
vulnerable are those jetpacks?
I mean, he wouldn't
That's
even.
the weak point,
But he
I
wouldn't
think.
even know like what he's looking at.
That's true.
You know?
Yeah.
He hasn't even seen The Mandalorian because he went into
That's true.
The Last of Us in 2003.
But he's seen Return of the Jedi, hasn't he?
But he doesn't know it's bulletproof. He's in bulletproof armor.
Yeah, but I'm saying
Oh, he's seen Return of the
he's seen
Jedi.
Return of the Jedi, so he would know that there's a weak point in that.
I've never
jetpack.
seen that jetpack malfunction, though. His jetpack. Has it?
Oh, but you've got to. I think you have to.
And he's got to shoot a spot. What's he even aiming for?
just the back.
But he'd have to get to the back of him.
Yeah, well, look. I'm just saying. Let's play out all the eventualities here. That's all I'm saying. I'm saying he's looking at a guy. It's a Return of the Jedi guy, and all of a sudden his jetpack. He's probably covering the distance with that jetpack.
I don't even think he would. I think he'd just shoot him from across the fucking.
I don't think he's that good.
I think he is.
I think if he had time to set up like his big rifle,
Yeah.
I think he could get him.
Doesn't
from
even have
distance.
that anymore. He's just got a blaster.
Yeah.
Does he have Grogu with him?
No,
Because he's got the Force, Mason.
that's right.
I guess Ali could try and murder Grogu.
That's right. Okay, that's happening separately. That's happening separately, but they're played by different actors. So
Yep.
that's off in the side, so it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah,
It's Ali with a switchblade versus Grogu.
yeah.
With the
I'm
Force.
saying that this isn't as cut and dried as you think it is.
Okay.
The
But
Mandalorian.
why wouldn't the Mandalorian just shoot him?
Because I think that's too far.
But that's what he does. He does it all the time.
I don't think
He's a shoot first guy.
Yeah, I know
And the
he's-
idea is that you perceive the other person as a threat.
Yeah,
if you're
yeah,
a killer,
yeah.
you kill.
Yeah, but I don't think I think that's too far for a handheld blaster. I think based on like the tropes of what he is, he's like a cowboy doing like a quick
Yeah.
draw. Football field is too far to get an accurate shot. So I think Joel could potentially get out of the way of that. As you said, it's slower than a regular bullet, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. But also and then what happens?
I'm not saying Joel isn't going to lose. I'm
Yeah.
just saying that this isn't
He
an
wouldn't
immediate.
lose immediately.
He wouldn't lose instantly. I'm saying that probably Mando is going to try and cover the distance with the jetpack.
Yeah.
And does he ever do across the ground, like a real quick?
He'll do a roll.
He might do a roll. Yeah. But I'm saying, is he always going vertically in the
No,
jetpack?
he'll
or is it-
go across the ground,
Okay,
yeah.
right.
Also, what we're not factoring in here
Yes.
is the Mandalorian is 100 feet tall.
Oh my God, I forgot.
So he just...
All right, yeah, so he just takes one single step, squish.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. But all I'm saying is otherwise. If we're playing fairy tales and they're both the same size, I'm saying if Mando misses the first shot and then he attempts to get at him with the jetpack, if Joel can get behind him and hits that jetpack, I think he's got a chance to get in there and
It's a lot
cut
of
his throat.
like ifs and
I'm
buts
just saying,
and whatever.
yeah. But
and how do you do that to someone who's 100 feet tall?
That's so true. You climb him like he's a bloody one of those
Colossus.
one of those colossi. Exactly.
Here's one from Jamie.
Oh yes.
Who's Jamie Beeden, who says, "How about Christopher Lambert, Connor McLeod?"
Oh yes.
So he's the Highlander, obviously, one of, versus the Mortal Kombat Raiden, played by Christopher Lambert. Now, on paper, he says, Raiden would just fry him. And that's true.
Yes.
But Highlander is mostly immortal. So maybe it's closer than it appears. The Highlander also, he's always be around electricity.
That's true. He's loving it. He's drinking
always
it
absorbing it and using his sword to deflect it or whatever.
He'll cut off another immortal's head, and then the quickening will begin, the transfer of the power, and he'll go yum 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 yum.
The
which is his
quickening
catchphrase.
So do you think he would absorb the lightning from Raiden?
No, it's different lightning. I think he'd die.
It's different.
Yeah, I think he'd die.
But he wouldn't die.
No, he wouldn't die. You're absolutely right.
So do you think maybe Raiden... Oh, Raiden's 100 feet tall, I forgot. Everyone in Mortal Kombat's like, no. Do you think Raiden would kill him initially?
Yes.
Connor McLeod would rise up and then behead him Mortal Kombat style?
Here's the thing, though.
Because Raiden can be killed.
Yeah.
Because
he's taken on mortal form. Well, here's the thing about that. Thing about Raiden is that Raiden's fatality in the original Mortal Kombat was he zaps a guy so hard his head bursts.
Yes.
So
does that kill a Highlander?
Yeah.
It's because beheading a Highlander would kill them.
Yes.
But would he...
Bursting their head would also kill them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But would he go for that initially, or would he want some kind of combat?
Well, yes.
Like, is Raiden appear and explode a guy's head?
Not immediately,
Or is he like, does he go in with all these moves?
I think if we're going by the rules of Mortal Kombat,
which we are,
you'd have to beat him up a little bit first. You could zap him with the electricity.
Yeah.
But
that would also, if he zapped him once with the electricity, that would kill Connor McLeod for a second.
I mean, maybe, but he does it to plenty of people in the game and they don't die immediately.
Yeah, but they're all...
Yeah, that's true.
Even the humans are like magical and immortal and metal arms and whatever, whereas Connor McLeod, aside from being someone who can come back from the dead, is as strong, has the physiology of a normal human being. Just that he doesn't age. But just that he doesn't age.
Yes, that's true.
And you can explode his head.
It's true. It's also true, yes.
I don't know. I think because Raiden can be killed with a sword. But then again, you see Mortal Kombat like...
Does that Raiden have a sword?
No, he's got a staff or a hammer and something.
Right,
he does have a weapon in one of the games. But...
I'm going to have to...
But if you're Baraka fighting Raiden...
Yes.
And you're using... Like, it's not killing him immediately. You'd kill him in a finishing move. Like, you'd behead him.
Yeah.
But does Connor McLeod... He would just go for a beheading immediately, I assume.
Not necessarily.
I mean, if he killed him, he would. He'd probably get up and kill and behead him straight away.
Yeah. Yeah, I imagine if you are a Highlander-style immortal, you would go for the head. You would go for the chopping off the head just in case.
Especially if it's like, it's a lightning guy. You're like, this is probably one of my guys.
Yeah. No, James, you would clearly know he's not one of your guys because you wouldn't
feel it. Yeah. Or you probably think it was something in some sort of realm.
You'd be like, this is in my wheelhouse.
Yeah.
I better chop this guy's head off, honestly.
Yeah. This is familiar to me.
And he's wearing that rice paddy hat, so clearly he's encountered one of us before. But
this is a tough one.
I reckon that Connor McLeod is probably more lightning resistant than a normal man. On account of
because he's done it before.
All the times he's been struck by lightning. Yes.
Yeah.
Latin. I'm trying to. Okay.
Just to be clear.
Yes.
A regular person can kill a Highlander. Is that right?
Yes.
Or an immortal.
If you kill him, you can kill an immortal any way you could kill a normal person.
Yeah.
Like if you shoot him.
But they will come back.
They'll come back to life unless you cut their head off, in which case they will not come back.
Cool.
But you don't get the lightning unless you're an immortal killing another immortal.
Yeah. And then you get knowledge of the universe or something at the end?
Let's say you do, sure.
That'd be so cool.
I
don't know, man.
Okay.
I want to say Connor McLeod.
Oh, yes.
Because he'd behead him with the sword. And Raiden wouldn't expect that. He's used to killing somebody and they fall down.
That's true.
And then they have to wait a whole game to come back.
That's very true. Or he's waiting for somebody to put another coin in.
Yeah, that's right.
No, you're probably right.
And Connor McLeod wouldn't even do that thing where he's like staggered at
that's
finish
true.
him.
He'd
just fall
He'd just
over.
fall like a sack of potatoes.
Yeah.
He'd be like,
I even think if you hit Connor McLeod with like any of Raiden's like special moves, that would probably kill Connor McLeod.
Even that Superman charge?
Yeah, yeah.
I don't think that'd kill you.
Maybe not. But it would at the very least knock the wind out of him.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm going to say Connor McLeod, but you don't have to say that. If Connor McLeod didn't kill him with the sword when he came back, Raiden would kill him immediately, though. He would just explode his head, I feel then. Also, hand-to-hand, like, Connor McLeod is... I know he's an okay swordsman, I guess, for an 80s swordsman.
Yeah.
But he's not, like, a hand-to-hand guy.
No, if this were Duncan McLeod, it'd be a different story. But
Why
he's
is that?
played by Adrian Paul because he's all about.
Okay.
He's got like a jiu-jitsu.
Are they brothers, are they?
No.
Are they from the same McLeod?
Yes.
Are they from the same cloud?
Yes, they're from the same cloud.
This could go either way for me.
But we have to.
I would say Connor McLeod.
Yeah, let's go with Connor McLeod.
Yeah, because 100 feet tall.
Yeah.
What about this one?
Yep.
From Peter Jason Quill.
Oh, yes.
Zorro versus
Puss
Puss in Boots. Both of them Antonio Banderas.
Okay.
I mean, they're both Zorro.
Is Zorro going to kill a cat?
Yes.
Then Zorro. I mean, Puss in Boots isn't that good at fighting.
No, he's depending on the movie. Did you see the new one?
Oh, also, the rule is it's peak whatever character it is. I haven't seen the new one, no.
I think... Also, Puss in Boots is not... I mean, I know he is an assassin.
I mean, there's a small... I mean, you know, logically, I think probably what would happen is Puss in Boots would scratch Zorro, and then because of the era in which he lives, he'd get tetanus and die.
But later.
Yeah, sometime later, which is a victory, I think.
Yeah.
But will he kill the cat before that happens, you know?
See, Zorro is a killer.
I think this is your wheelhouse.
Yeah,
you
you're
love
right.
Puss in Boots and you love Zorro.
Yes, but I love Zorro more. But
Bearing in mind, if Zorro defeats Puss in Boots, he'll scratch a tiny little Z into him.
Yeah. See, Zorro's
Maybe
not...
with a toothpick or something.
Zorro's not a...
Sewing needle.
Yeah. Zorro's not a killer unless he's like bent on revenge or he has to.
That's true.
But in a scenario where...
Is Puss in Boots a killer?
Well, yeah, because he was sent to kill Shrek. Unless that was his first
Maybe it's
job.
his first mission.
But we don't know that. But the storyline is that he is a known assassin.
Okay, all right.
And we even theorized that Puss in Boots killed a bunch of ogres and that's why they sent him to kill
right.
Shrek.
Okay, all right, let's say he's a killer then.
So I think they're both killers. But I think Puss in Boots is also supernaturally fast in the way that Zorro isn't. And he can jump further. I think it's probably the cat.
Interesting.
Because the cat, even if it was just a cat is faster than a man. But he's not just a cat.
That's true.
He's a fairy tale magical cat with boots and a sword.
That's true.
So it's probably Puss in Boots.
Okay.
Though I would do like the idea of Zorro.
Zorro has a gun, as he sometimes
does. And a whip. He's got a whip.
It's true.
I do like the idea of Puss in Boots jumping at him and Zorro just skewering him out of the air.
Yes, like a shish kebab.
But I don't think Puss in Boots would let that happen.
Okay.
Because by the time we get to Puss in Boots, the second movie, he's never been touched by a blade. And in that, he literally defeats death in a sword fight.
Okay.
So, you know.
All right, okay. All right.
And Antonio Banderas just cut the dress off Catherine Zeta-Jones.
yeah.
And whilst that's cool and sexy.
And it's cool and sexy.
Yeah, so I'm going to say
okay, it's probably Puss in Boots. You're absolutely right. I think the fairy tale magic takes that one.
What about this one from that guy who says, a version of Rocky from every Rocky movie all teamed up against King Shark.
Okay.
So... the voice of King Shark from the Suicide Squad movie is
Sylvester
also
Stallone,
Sylvester Stallone, just for people who don't know. But that shark would just eat every Rocky.
Yeah, no, that's not even... Rocky's not a killer also.
No. He could accidentally kill someone in the boxing ring, potentially.
Yeah, or in a car park. Car park.
Yes.
Over the price of fish or something.
Yeah.
You know.
So every Rocky in their prime. Also, every Rocky it's still the same Rocky.
Yes.
So I guess we're allowing a scenario where there's... Even Rocky has cancer Rocky in there.
Yep, even Deaf Rocky.
Deaf Rocky.
Deaf Rocky, yeah.
Yep. Rocky who doesn't come back for Creed 3 Rocky, so nobody.
Creed 1 Restaurateur Rocky.
Yep.
There, yeah. Okay.
These are all good.
Yeah,
that's cancer Rocky.
Yeah. We can make him separate though.
Yeah, and Creed 2 Rocky is just Coach Rocky.
Yeah, Coach Rocky, yeah. He's buried the hatchet with the Drago brothers.
So that's 8 Rockies.
That's 8 Rockies. They still don't have a chance.
No
King
way.
Shark.
He's a shark.
Yeah. He's real tough. He's bulletproof.
Yep.
What are they going to do? Punch him?
Yeah. With gloved hands.
Come on.
Here's one, Mason. Some significant year 743. Is that a significant year?
Yeah.
Great. Jennifer Lawrence. That's it.
Just the actor
What do you
Jennifer
think?
Lawrence. Yeah, I think she's cool.
Silver Linings Playbook.
Oh, yeah.
Versus that woman that Chris Pratt wakes up on a spaceship. and
that's
forces to fall in
Passengers
love.
Jennifer Lawrence. Yep. Okay.
No, it's Katniss Everdeen versus Mystique.
Okay. All right.
Now, Katniss Everdeen is obviously a long-range, excellent sharpshooter.
Mm-hmm.
But have you ever seen? How many times have you seen Mystique get hit? It's very rarely.
And she can turn into a fire
And she
hydrant.
can turn into a fire hydrant.
Yeah.
So that's or Hugh Jackman.
That's so true.
At any point in time, she could turn into Hugh Jackman.
Okay, but that's a useless power in this.
No, but she's also really athletic. I mean, I know she has been shot. There was that time she was killed by Dark Phoenix. She was skewered or whatever.
Yeah.
But a regular arrow is
Yes.
not going to kill Mystique or touch her. So it would be a matter of Mystique crossing the field.
Yeah, okay, but I think you are confusing Jennifer.
I am confusing.
You're very confusing. All your words and your deeds. You're a man of contradictions. But also, I mean, you're confusing Jennifer Lawrence Mystique with Rebecca Romaine Mystique, who is way more...
That's an interesting point.
She is way more physically imposing and she is more prone to like real like...
Neck snapping.
Yeah, and like physical feats, and she does a lot of like... You know, slithering about and flipping over people's heads and getting them in the old leg lock and twisting their head off or whatever.
That's a good point.
The Jennifer Lawrence Mystique doesn't do a lot of action stuff, really.
Just walks around.
She just walks around. We don't know how far she is, really.
That's a good point. We've seen her like do some action, but you're right. Nothing. She doesn't like fight with her feet and stuff.
Yeah. I think the question is how many shots can Katniss get off before Mystique closes the distance? Because I think, again... Katniss is a very good shot, right?
Yeah.
She would go for the heart as well.
Yeah.
Or the head.
Yeah.
But at football field distance, I think she'd miss the first shot.
Well, she wouldn't be expecting...
A woman turning into a fire hydrant.
Yeah. Or like that kind of speed.
That's true.
If she is that fast.
Yes. Which I think this version is not, because she's getting paid too much.
Yeah.
Because Jennifer Lawrence is getting paid too much in those movies to do anything physically quickly, or in fact, have any makeup on at all.
Anyway, those are 4 great movies that she's in, maybe.
4
to 5 great movies.
Oh my God, so many great movies.
At least half of those movies I think are okay.
I think if Katniss can get a beat on
Peter.
Yes,
Peter.
exactly. Yeah, all the other people she
She
shoots
did win a bunch of Hunger Games.
That's what I'm saying. I reckon if she can, it's like she misses the first one, she misses the second one.
She'd lead her shot.
She would figure out the zigging and the zagging. She would figure out how fast Mystique is.
And Mystique's nude as well. I don't know whether that's relevant. It's not irrelevant.
No. Is there
their clothes wouldn't get caught on anything. And that's relevant to me.
That is relevant. I think that's true. I reckon it might be Katniss.
Yeah, I think you're right, actually.
Arrow to the heart.
Yeah. Rebecca Romaine?
Yeah.
No.
Also, Katniss is 100 feet tall.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot she's from the Hunger Games
Yeah,
universe.
that's right. Yeah.
God.
The empty tummy verse.
Yeah. And the X-Men universe are only 19 feet tall.
That's true.
It's nowhere near big enough.
Yeah.
This is from T Clock, who says Dark Knight Rises Bane versus Tom Hardy's Eddie Brock. It says, but Bane has all the bombs under the pitch like in the film.
Oh, yeah.
Sure. But that doesn't
He's not
help.
going to set him off
That
while
doesn't
he's
help
on the pitch,
Bane.
is he?
And if he does...
He can't leave the pitch.
He might just be on the edge of the pitch. But also, like, even if he did set them off, I don't think that would kill Venom.
Or my question there, he's just said Eddie Brock, though.
Tom Hardy, Eddie Brock.
Yes.
Yeah.
So is Venom there at all?
I assumed. I mean, if he's at the peak, I'm assuming.
Yeah, okay,
he would
right.
be.
Uh-huh.
That's a great point.
But maybe he's at his emotional peak, i.e. before he got divorced.
I don't think he was emotionally well, though.
No, you're probably right. Yeah, you're absolutely right. All right, let's assume Venom is there. If he's not, Venom's going to break him in half.
It's interesting that they both use Venom, but not this version of Bane.
Makes you think, doesn't it?
I think, regular comic book Bane, sure. This is a fight where he probably still loses. Maybe.
I think.
But Bane is a man.
Yeah, look, I'm thinking comic book Venom versus comic book Bane, even if the writers are not on Bane's side and this is some sort of, crossing it's a DC Marvel crossover.
Venom v Venom.
And it's not in continuity, it's like an out of continuity adventure or whatever.
And he's got the Venom juice in him.
Yeah.
Bane does.
I think Venom would still bite his head off.
Yeah, I agree.
So I don't think that's and this is just,
Dark Knight Rises is a man.
He's just a regular man, more or less. He's big.
He's like, well, I don't feel pain. It's like, well, that doesn't help you not get beheaded.
That's right. Your head's going to get bitten off.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a short fight, I think.
I mean, Bane would probably set the bombs off, but I don't. He's got tendrils. I don't think
true,
it would matter at all.
How does Bane set? Does he have a thumb trigger?
He's got a thing,
Okay, I would guess this is
I think Venom would make his way across the pitch, run. Bane would set the bombs off. He would use his tendrils to close that gap after the floor gives out. Because the bombs aren't going up, like exploding upwards. It's not like he's going to be covered in fire, which would stop him. It's just a collapsing of a football ground.
Yeah, I mean,
of an NFL
This
pitch.
is either a very quick Venom beheading of Bane, or it's a
lot of beheadings.
I think they're both going to die.
Really?
Or Venom. I think Bane is going to lose.
Yeah,
regardless.
I agree.
Yeah,
great. This is a good one, I think. Well, these are all great. Let me just specify. Some Sean Kirby who says the Joker versus Luke Skywalker.
Oh, Mark Hamill Joker.
Now, I'm going to assume, do we go Luke Skywalker in his prime?
Oh, yes.
Some people would say The Last Jedi,
Yeah.
where he uses all his Force abilities to make a Force projection of himself. Or some people would say the Luke Skywalker who does flips.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, some would say the present day, the one in the bloody Mandalorian.
That's what I'm saying,
Where he
yeah.
chops up a bunch of robots.
That's what I'm saying. I think that's what people would probably consider to be the strongest Luke Skywalker. But I think
but what's the one that would upset the most number of people?
it would be the Luke Skywalker old guy.
Yeah.
Where he could use a holographic projection. We don't really know what kind of fighter that guy is, though. Like, we know he fights Rey, sort of, but he's not really kind of...
Also, though, how is that going to work in a football field when we already know that Skywalker is there?
Yeah.
Like, he's not... We can't do a reveal where he's on another planet because we have to assume he's physically in the stadium.
Yeah. He'd also be... It's interesting.
Also, does that even work on the Joker?
Yeah. Also, he's 100 feet tall.
He's 100 feet tall?
Let's assume that he's not, though.
Okay, right.
Let's assume they're both 100 feet tall.
Okay, great.
I mean, he's got the Force. So, like... And the Joker would have a gun and some gadgets.
Yeah.
But if Luke Skywalker really wanted to kill somebody, which he does, he is a murderer.
That's true.
He blew up the Death Star.
Yeah.
He's chopped a million guys to pieces with a lightsaber.
Yeah.
So I think he would, if he thought he was truly dangerous, he could just incapacitate him with the Force. Like
true.
immediately. I don't think this would be a fight.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's got the Force.
That's true. I'm just trying to think of any kind of way the Joker...
Like the Joker would get in his brain or something. Be like,
on
whoa.
the psychological warfare.
There.
Yeah, maybe. You know?
Yeah.
You'd be like, where's your dad? Where's he? What's up there? What's going on there?
He's a Darth Vader, I don't know.
You got some daddy issues?
Yes. Everyone knows that.
Oh, you okay today? You all right?
I'm fine.
Acid flower.
I don't think an acid flower would stop Luke Skywalker.
No, you're
even if
probably
it
right.
hit him.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. He doesn't care. He's all his bits are coming off.
He's coming off. He's coming apart, mate.
Yeah. Is there? I think. I'll look.
It's interesting because Luke Skywalker at his peak also has depression, and I think maybe that is something that.
Yeah.
that,
I think even like Return of the Jedi era he still has depression.
He mostly has depression.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look, I think the Joker's only chance there is if he gets in his head.
Yeah.
And like maybe tries to. I mean that's his whole vibe, right?
But
like,
the Joker would have to know enough about him, which he can do. Like he can read a person and be like.
Yeah.
But I think just a man who appears and has magic powers and a laser sword, I think he'd be like, what's this?
What if you pretended he was a little baby?
The Joker,
can sometimes pretend he's a little baby. Or
yeah,
whatever.
I guess he could pretend he's a whittle baby.
Oh, Jack, I don't know what's happening here. Oh, I'm a little baby. You know, you know what he's like.
I guess that could work.
Yeah,
and as a result, he would win.
I think so too.
I can put it into chat.
No,
Okay.
never.
You don't want to know?
No, I think you're right. It's Luke Skywalker.
All right.
Yeah.
Who would win? I'm just asking myself. I'm just texting my mum.
Oh yeah. You're texting your mum who would win between Luke Skywalker and Batman and the animated series Joker.
Joker is highly intelligent, etc. Yeah. He's powerful Jedi Knight, blah, blah. This is mum. You know what she's like.
Yeah, I know.
Luke Skywalker could be significant advantage due to his mastery of the Force in combat.
Yeah, mum, whatever.
But the Joker's unpredictability and ability to think outside the box could make the fight a challenge for Luke. Overall, it's impossible to say who would win this hypothetical battle.
I wonder if they're always.
I bet they are.
Like
a
that,
lot of the ones I looked at were. Anyway, thanks, mum.
Joker's got a lot of bombs and stuff also.
Sometimes.
Yeah. You got to assume he's got a bunch of.
Yeah.
He's got that gun that says bang.
You could just hold him with the Force. Just be like,
That's
bap,
true.
bap. What about this one from Mike the Voice Monkey? Chris Pratt, Star-Lord, versus Guy from Jurassic World. Or, maybe this one I was going to put in, Keanu Reeves, Neo versus John Wick. Which one do you want to do?
At their peak?
Let's not do both because that would be unfair.
Ooh.
I mean, I feel like Star-Lord would just kill Jurassic World guy. He'd shoot him.
Would he kill a normal man? Just a
Yeah, he's
regular
Han
man?
Solo. Yeah, if he was a threat.
If we can work through this. What is his character from Jurassic World got? He's got that. Everybody knows what James, you don't have to explain it. Everybody knows what he's doing. He's just got that, does he? Doesn't carry
any weapons. He might have a tranquilizer dart.
Yeah, right.
Peter Quill can fly.
He's stupid, though.
He's stupid.
Peter Quill is way stupider than Guy from Jurassic World.
True.
Yeah.
But he can shoot.
That's true. He's a good shot.
Yeah. And he
He's
can
got
fly.
2 guns. He's got the jet things.
Yep.
He's got that mask.
He's got music.
He's got the power of music and family and friendship.
Yeah.
Whereas the guy from Jurassic World doesn't have any of those things.
Got that thing.
He's got the thing that he does.
He's probably got a shotgun.
I don't think he does.
Or a trank dart.
Yeah, maybe he's got one. Yeah.
Yeah. Also, Keanu Reeves, Neo, would obliterate John Wick. At his peak, Neo at his peak.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right.
Like an immortal god. Unless he's out of the Matrix.
He is out of the Matrix, I guess.
I assume. In the Matrix, it would be Neo. Out of the Matrix, it would be John Wick, right?
Yeah, because
he's just naked and covered in goo.
That's true. Yes, you're absolutely right.
I mean, Neo out of the Matrix might have one of those electricity guns, but he doesn't have them on here.
No, that's true. Commonly speaking, he doesn't. He just has like burlap sack clothes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And maybe like a pocket full of oats.
And like John Wick would like put a thumb in one of those weird holes
that
he's got in it and go, you know. No,
and factory reset him.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Just blank his memory.
Yeah. Is there any? Have we factored in? Okay, does Neo have any powers?
We haven't really.
Can we put the football field in the Matrix?
Yeah, I don't think it is in the Matrix though. Again, if it's in the Matrix, he would win. Because also, like, he just couldn't be shot. He couldn't be hit.
Yeah, like peak Neo. Peak Neo, I think, is Reloaded Neo, probably.
Yeah, and peak Neo, like a normal man couldn't hit him.
No, that's true.
And John Wick is a normal man.
He's a normal man.
Yeah, like an agent, like an agent could hit him potentially, but not.
No, you're absolutely right. And Neo can fly.
Yeah,
and
bend reality.
What is John Wick going to throw a knife at him? Yeah, good luck.
Yeah,
as we've said before, if you want to chip at Neo like for a week.
Yeah.
Reloaded Neo, maybe you'll hit him, but yeah, outside of the Matrix,
but outside the Matrix, you can stop like a Sentinel or whatever.
Yeah, but John Wick is a regular.
He's a regular man, exactly.
Yeah, John Wick could kill him with like a clod of dirt.
You could
just stuff it down his mouth.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that would.
In fact, there's so many creative ways that John Wick could probably kill him on a football field if it was just a normal.
Yeah,
just slimy Neo, just with his weak muscles.
Yeah.
Oh no, but he's got to be peak normal. Peak normal.
Yeah, I know that. I think he retains some of his fighting abilities because it's in his brain.
Yeah.
But he can't move at the speed of.
No, that's true.
He can move to his physical limits.
Also, John Wick's got a gun.
And John Wick has many guns.
There's no way he doesn't have a gun.
Exactly.
Like, he doesn't always have a gun.
And a bulletproof suit.
He does have a bulletproof suit.
Yeah.
Which presumably is weak karate chop proof as well.
Exactly.
Okay, so outside of the Matrix, it's John Wick for sure.
Yeah. What about this one from Brazil, 21-24? Rusty Crowe's Maximus from Gladiator.
Oh, yes.
Versus the Nick Fury of the Dark Universe himself, Dr. Jekyll.
Ooh, okay.
Dr. Jekyll would have to take the time to... No, that's to un-Jekyll himself.
That's to un-Jekyll.
So you have to load the cylinder of anti-Dr. Jekyll juice.
Yeah. Okay, well, let's say he's turned into Mr. Hyde. So he's way stronger than a normal person.
Is he, like, sword-proof? Like, we don't know.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Because who's he fighting? He's fighting Tom Cruise. The only physical altercation we see him in is with Tom Cruise.
He fights Tom Cruise as the mummy.
And Tom Cruise as the mummy is just a guy at that point.
No, he's powered at that point because he's come back from the dead. He's got some mummy abilities.
Okay, well, he's got some mummy abilities, but Russell Crowe is handling him pretty comfortably, right?
Yeah. And Russell Crowe's Maximus is a man.
He is a man, it's true.
And sure, he has a sword. He's a good combatant.
Yeah.
But I think the strength of the Dark Universe franchise alone, goodwill that it carries.
That's true, yes. Would shine bright like a beacon and Maximus would be blinded. And he'd be like, is that my family? And Jekyll would be like, no, that's the Dark Universe. It's the one.
That's the bright light that is the Dark Universe.
That's right. Ironic, isn't it? But for real, I think I reckon Maximus would probably kill him.
Oh, he's a stupid character, but he's very strong.
Yeah, but Maximus is very skilled.
Maximus can also work under like incredible pain, both physically
what I'm
and
talking
mentally.
about.
So maybe you're right.
How many weapons does Maximus have on him? Just the sword?
Just normally got a sword.
He
Yeah.
doesn't have a
And he's
dagger under his
armoured.
skirt or something?
He might have a dagger under his skirt.
Yeah.
But he would probably at the very least have like a flat bladed.
I think this is a closer call than you'd think.
You're probably right. Also,
think-
the Jekyll character is so vague.
Yes.
That I don't even know what we're working with.
Yeah, like we don't know if that character's a coward.
Yeah.
Like he might be like, "Oh, don't hurt me, I'm just a little baby."
Yeah.
Like if he gets on the back foot, he's just like, "I'm just a little baby." You know?
Yeah.
I think it's Maximus, but what do you?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do that.
Okay, great.
He's got a sword.
Yeah.
And I think Dr. Jekyll would be too arrogant.
Yeah. Look, I reckon in a clinch,
Yeah.
if they got into a clinch, it could go
Like,
either
choke
way.
him.
Because I think Jekyll could
Is Jekyll even a killer?
Jekyll could. Well, Jekyll isn't, but Hyde definitely is.
Yes. Well, that's true. But is this version? I don't know.
I think he is. I think
Yeah.
I think he'd have to be. Because why would he? You know, if
Yeah.
he turns in a.
He'd be like, this is great. I'm going to do this all day.
Wait, I'm confused. He never gets physically any larger, does he? He's
No.
just big Russell Crowe. He's just big Rusty.
He's a rusty crow.
I think it's Maximus.
Yeah. All right, let's do it. How about this one from Jack Williams?
Oh, yes.
If you're doing suggestions, I'd love to see
We're
Jack.
not.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Goodbye, everyone.
We're going to do Jack Nicholson's Joker
Oh, yes.
versus Jack Nicholson's Jack Torrance from The Shining. Coincidentally, all characters involved are named Jack. That's true. I mean, the Jack Nicholson's Joker is not a physical man. He got bested by the least capable in hand-to-hand combat.
Okay,
No,
but
that's probably Clooney.
yeah. But he does have all the gadgets.
But they're not like... I mean, he has a gun.
What is
An axe.
Yeah.
Hit him with an axe.
Yeah.
And he would just hit him with an axe. He'd chase him around that football field.
Okay.
Try to hit him with the axe. But is that... Because what's a Joker got? Clattering teeth.
Yep. Acid flower.
Acid flower. A
Joy
knife,
buzzer,
a
electric joy buzzer.
Yep, and a gun probably.
He's got the giant gun.
One with a flag and one with.
He's got at least
giant
two.
gun.
He's got the giant gun barrel.
Oh, it would
which
be
could
the-
shoot down a plane.
It would be the Joker.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even the acid flower alone would stop him.
Does Jack
And
from
just
The
like-
Shining have any like? Who's got the Shining? It's the kid.
The kid, yeah. He's got an axe.
Is the kid with him?
No,
Didn't think
But the kid
so.
wouldn't help him.
No, that's absolutely right.
Yeah.
Does he have anything like any kind of psychic? Any
Maybe
connection
he
to
could
anything?
He could call the blood elevator.
He could call the blood elevator.
Maybe he
that's
could
true.
call that barman.
He could call a blood concession stand.
Yeah.
The hot dog stand could whoosh out some blood. I guess.
He could open the door to the weird room where the guy in the furry suit has given that other guy sexual gratification and be
Yeah.
like, "Hey, the Joker, look at this," and the Joker would be like, "What?"
No, to me that's normal because I'm the Joker. Look, unless
You've basically opened a door into my mind.
yeah, there's no look. You're right. The Jack Nicholson Joker is not a fighter, really, but he is.
Jack Torrance is not a fighter either.
No, that's exactly right. But I think there is no way that Torrance gets to him before he's run out of deadly gadgets.
Yeah.
And even if he does, it's acid to the
Or like buzzer on his head.
buzzer on his head. Exactly.
Kill
You're
him,
right.
yeah.
Yeah.
How about this one from Rodrigo? Xander Cage. I think you know where this is going.
Oh, yeah.
Versus Dom Toretto. Now, Xander Cage has that really gross coat and a skateboard to give him strength. Dom Toretto has a wrench and his family on the sidelines cheering to give him strength. Now, the problem with this one is
Oh, yes.
they are both fueled by like ego and the power of a franchise.
Yeah.
And I don't know. And they're both the same, basically.
Then it's Vin because if we're going by the power of franchise,
Yeah.
Triple X failed and he's only in 2 of the 3.
And he'd kill him with that wrench.
You kill him with a wrench.
Well, he beat The Rock hand to hand, so he could. What's Triple X? He's hand to hand as well, isn't he?
I think so. Yeah.
And he's got incredible stamina because he had sex with 30 women one time.
That's right.
And that's
But is
not
that going to
nothing.
help him on a football field? You know.
Probably not.
No.
I mean, it shows he's got good cardio.
Yeah. I mean, I think
Vin has his car, I
Yeah.
assume.
Oh, yeah, he might. Yeah, you're probably right. But and Triple X has his skateboard.
His skateboard
I think that
and his coat.
if it were Triple X in the same, if it was Triple X versus Toretto in the same era,
Yeah.
like Triple X 1 and whatever Fast and Furious movie it was then
Then it would be Triple
it'd be
X.
Triple
yeah, I
X because
agree.
he's the super skilled super spy. But
So you're saying that the best era of Triple X is the first Triple X then? It wouldn't be Triple X 3. It'd be the younger, hungrier Triple X is what
no,
you're
it's probably
saying.
Triple X 3. But what Fast and Furious movie was that? What I'm saying is that
Yeah.
that Toretto when he was just Dom Toretto. Like I'm talking anything up to like Fast 5.
Yeah, just a guy.
It'd be
right?
Triple X. He's more or less just a guy. But if we're doing peak Dom Toretto, he's been given all of Triple X's powers.
Yeah.
Because Triple X didn't. Because Triple X, the franchise failed.
Yeah.
And so he's just like.
And he's got those eyes that see in the dark.
Yeah. He just
takes it all.
He
the
just
powers.
rolled.
He's got the witch hunter powers.
Exactly. They've just rolled it all into Dom Toretto. So he's peak Vin Diesel character.
Yeah.
He's the ultimate Vin Diesel
You're
character.
right.
So I think it's got to be.
And he's got that magical amulet that keeps him immortal.
That's exactly right.
Means he can't die.
And he's the Tooth Fairy.
And he's the Tooth Fairy.
Unless The Rock was the Tooth Fairy. He's the pacifier.
He's the pacifier.
Unless The
you're
Rock
right.
was the pacifier.
One of them was. I think he's a pacifier. Yeah.
Yeah.
What about this one?
Unless he's My Spy. But that was Dave Bautista.
Yes. What about this? Beware of your mom, I should say, says Mark Wahlberg from Transformers versus Mark Wahlberg from Uncharted. So Mark Wahlberg versus Mark Wahlberg.
Absolutely, yes.
Now, Mark Wahlberg peak would have a sword, right? A Cybertronian sword.
Yeah, but what does he do with the Cybertronian sword after the last night? I don't think he has it on him.
No, but that doesn't matter. It's
I
like
think he's got but I feel like peak powers.
They're both 6'4".
That is very true. And if either of them were on, one of those flights, it wouldn't have gone down that way.
I completely agree.
And so they're matched in that way. There would have been a lot of blood in that first class cabin, let me tell you. But I think his character from Transformers would he have some of his little robot helpers with him? They wouldn't be helpful.
Yeah.
They'd be more of
like
a
the
hindrance.
ones he built?
Yes.
Like the dog on the...
Yeah, I don't think they'd let him keep that sword.
No.
I think the Transformers would take it away from him.
Hey, give me that. But if he's at his peak, he'd have it, though, right?
All right, fine. What can the sword do?
It stopped Optimus from killing Bumblebee.
That's true.
And that's not nothing.
Okay, it can go quite long.
Yeah.
I think that's important. What does his character from Uncharted have? A gun sometimes?
Not a mustache mostly. No, he's a guy.
He's a guy.
It'd be Mark Wahlberg with a sword. If
Yeah.
they're both Mark Wahlberg, it'd be the one with the sword.
It's true. It's true. Yeah.
You know? They're both so tall, though.
That is the problem there, isn't it? Yeah. I mean, I think there is potential for Mark Wahlberg with the sword to accidentally stab himself with the sword, though.
Yes, but he hasn't
That's true.
yet.
I guess if canonically, does he
I
ever
feel
get
like
into any?
Sully is smarter.
Yeah.
Like he's more kind of streetwise. I mean, I'm also thinking about what that character is supposed to be in the game because
That's
he's
true,
none
yeah.
of those things in the actual
Yeah,
movie.
he's just Mark Wahlberg, isn't he?
Yeah.
Just tall. Just a 6'4".
I mean, they're
man.
both tall.
They are both tall. That's true. Yeah, I think you're right. I think it's just whoever has the sword. Which isn't to say that Sully couldn't get a hold of the sword.
Sully
I think-
mostly has a gun, doesn't he?
But maybe could Wahlberg
I feel like doesn't the sword move around him and would like block a bullet?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It like slithers over his 6'4" frame.
Yeah, you're probably right.
That's a lot of ground to cover though when you're 6'4".
So it would take ages. So Sully could probably get a bullet in. I reckon Sully's got to have a gun, right?
He would have a gun.
Yeah.
Yeah. He'd have a gun and a crucifix that opens a chest or something.
Yeah.
You know?
I reckon it might be Sully. That sword's got a lot. Like,
Yeah.
It's like with those big, those big claymore swords. It's like you got a lot of. You need a lot of space and a lot of time.
What's
to do
interesting
that swing.
about that sword is because when he stops Optimus, it's not like
Optimus, but yes.
Optimus. He doesn't like he does it easily. It's almost as if the sword like imbues him with strength.
Oh,
like
yeah,
to
yeah,
stop
right.
a blow from Optimus Prime and not just be swatted away.
Or it's just a
Swatimus
coincidence.
Prime. Or it's written badly.
Or it was the wind. It was quite windy, if I recall.
It was pretty
on top
windy
of
out there.
top of that spaceship or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, well, it's Mark Wahlberg with the sword because of the wind.
Yeah. Okay, great. I got a few left.
Okay, great.
We're going nearly an hour with these, so that's good. It's from Mikey Rocks who says,
If this is the sort of thing you like.
yeah, for your versus episode, Rocket Raccoon versus Faceman Peck from the A-Team.
Oh, wow.
Both portrayed by Bradley Cooper, an Army Ranger versus a raccoon.
Wow. Have you noticed that? Maybe we've talked about this, but Bradley Cooper doesn't appear in any of the PR or any of the.
He does now. He went to the red carpet recently.
Did he? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, up until this point, he hasn't at all.
They went, "What? You voiced this character?" And he's like, "Yeah, the whole time."
Right?
You didn't know?
Yeah. Vin Diesel sometimes does, but it's mostly
Yeah.
the non-animated cast that
Yes.
appears for Guardians.
The people who were actually in the movie.
People are actually in the movie and didn't do a day of
ADR.
Yeah, of ADR while Sean Gunn stands in for you.
I think it just shows that like Rocket Raccoon is probably in this movie, like it's focused around him,
Yeah,
which they've
yeah,
talked
yeah,
about.
yeah.
I mean, Rocket Raccoon is
He's got a
insane.
series of enormous guns.
and he's insane. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm thinking of Murdoch.
Yeah, Face
Murdoch's
Man.
mad.
Face Man's like he's good with like a
Smooth talking.
but I don't think Rocket would be.
Okay.
I don't think you smooth talk Rocket.
Do you think
Raccoon.
Rocket would be?
You might be able to talk him down.
Do you think Face Man is allowed to deploy the big shipping containers, the shipping container shell game? I think
I mean,
he's
they
allowed
have to have been there.
Yeah.
He doesn't have them on him.
No, I think he does.
He has them on him,
I think we're allowed to make an exception.
and he has Liam Neeson.
Yeah. Yes. Also that.
No, I mean it's Rocket Raccoon.
It is,
right?
yeah.
He's probably got a jetpack and
And a gun, a really big gun.
and whatever, and all of that.
So I don't think he is a murderer, but is he as big time a murderer as Rocket? Unlikely.
Yeah,
Few people are.
I agree. Let's do these last two, Mason.
Okay.
I like this one a lot.
All right, I'm
This is
listening.
from. I like these all. I like them all.
Wow.
Collings edited in before each of these that I like this one the most, but do that for every one of them. Ryan S. Bailey says The Mask,
Oh, yeah.
Jim Carrey, versus Bruce Almighty, also Jim Carrey. Both of them have powers of different gods. One has Catholicism, Morgan Freeman God.
That's right.
The other has Loki,
Trickstery God,
trickstery powers, who is also played by Alan
Rickman.
No, he's in the sequel.
Oh, coming.
Yes. So those powers.
Right.
Now it's interesting because one of them has like bouncy rubber man powers and can make a big hammer and whatever, and one of them has the literal powers of a god.
Yeah,
like
one of them has
Catholicism wrath.
exactly.
God.
One of them has sort of superhero-esque powers, and one of them has made up in the playground powers.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, actually, no, there's a plague of locusts. Actually,
Yeah, that's
I know
right.
actually God can see everything.
Actually, I already sent a big flood and I killed everybody except for two people, but you weren't one of the two.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's God.
I guess.
Don't you think?
Seems like it's cheating, doesn't it?
I didn't write this one, and I didn't make up the powers of God. You need to speak to God about this.
Well, maybe I will.
Because Loki, it's hammers and bouncing around.
I guess my question would be, and it's not really relevant here, is
God could seal his head shut. Just the whole
true.
green thing.
yeah, but then bloody the mask could get out a saw and saw open on bloody whatever.
And say, somebody stop me
Exactly.
from killing
From
God.
doing some blasphemy and killing God.
I just think they're both gods, obviously. But one,
I don't really remember Bruce Almighty.
he's got the powers of
No,
God.
I know. Yeah. But does he have the powers of God in the sense that...
He pulls the moon closer to Earth.
Okay, all right, so that's an advantage.
He makes literally everybody on Earth.
Could he become 100 feet tall?
Yeah.
Interesting.
He makes everybody on Earth's prayers come true.
Okay, so does he have godlike reflexes?
I mean, you don't see him in any kind of confrontational situation because he's God.
Well, see, there's a.
Do you think there's an opening there?
I'm thinking there's an opening there.
But also, real God is around, like Morgan Freeman.
Right.
I don't think real God would allow Jim Carrey's God to be killed.
No, but James, real God is not here. Real God's gone. Real God's not welcome in the stadium. So it's just Jim.
There is no God in these walls.
That's exactly, except the two gods that are battling currently.
I don't know. It feels like people are always praising God in those in these walls.
See, I'm just saying there's
I think the audience would love God as well. If there was an American football audience,
Oh yeah.
they would like the idea of God.
I can't remember if there's ever an audience in there.
Sometimes there is, sometimes there isn't.
Okay. All I'm saying is he might have the powers of God.
Yeah.
But what if that is only external? Like he can do miracles and he can make people's prayers come true or whatever.
Yeah.
But he is a man.
Yeah.
Still, still vulnerable to, being shot with a rocket launcher or whatever. I think that'd be pretty funny.
Yeah, but he doesn't really do that either. Like he doesn't kill people really. He sticks a bunch of mufflers up those guys'
Yeah,
butts.
you're right. So, well,
I mean, if it was the comic book,
would God
mask,
concede if he got a muffler stuck up his butt?
I mean, again, it's not.
Could
actually
God create
God,
a muffler
but- yeah.
that went so far up his own butt that he couldn't remove it, James? It's an interesting philosophical question, I think.
It is.
Yeah.
Could God do that?
Yeah. This isn't hypothetical. You have to answer.
Then yeah, he could.
Yeah, I reckon he could too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's God. It's the guy who has the powers of God.
Look.
The playground God powers.
I think you're probably right, but also I don't think there's
Loki's
enough...
he's not even like the God in his own universe.
No, that's true. If anything, he's more a demigod.
Exactly.
But all I'm saying is, I don't think Bruce, is it Bruce Almighty?
Yeah.
I don't think he's a real god either.
No, they're
He's
not.
just playing with
they
these
both
forces.
have But Loki's not really Loki.
Yeah.
It's the powers of, like, it's the mask and whoever
that's
and
true.
your personality. Or
And I think you're also right in that if the mask was on somebody other than this character,
like Jamie Kennedy.
like a Jamie Kennedy, for example.
everybody.
Exactly.
Let's have a bad time in this
This
musical
full
number.
movie. Or if it's like, there's that
My sperm has faces.
God, what a terrible movie.
Yeah.
If there's that mobster guy in the movie.
Yeah, exactly. If it was him,
he'd
then
be a
that's
killer.
different,
Exactly.
yeah.
So I guess and again, if it's comic book The Mask,
Yeah.
he's a killer. But I guess,
And if it's comic book God, who knows?
well, I mean, that's also is God in Bruce Almighty? Is he Old Testament God or New Testament God?
He's New Testament God.
Maybe he wouldn't kill him.
Yeah, but he'd stop him because he's God.
Yeah, no, you're probably right.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, no, you're probably right. I don't think the Jim Carrey The Mask would go lethal. Probably.
Also, like Jim Carrey, God controls like Evan Almighty in the newsroom, and he makes him like he can control his mind and make him talk.
Oh, so
So he could probably
do
just
that.
control him.
Yeah. Okay.
But if it was Evan Almighty versus the Mask, that's a different story.
Evan Almighty versus Michael Scott from The Office. And Evan Almighty's a vengeful God.
Sure, I bet he would be.
All right, you're probably right. It's God.
Yeah, it's God,
Wow.
Mason. Okay, final one. Here we go.
That's for all you Christians out there.
That's
You're
one for
welcome. You're welcome. Sorry, atheists.
Yep.
Sorry.
Sorry if you believe in the one true God. Mason didn't come to that conclusion earlier. I was always on board with God, just to clarify.
Wow.
Mason, last one.
Okay, I'm listening.
This is back to standard stuff.
Oh,
None
not
of this
standard.
God mystical magical powers.
So
okay?
we're going out on a whimper, not a bang.
Exactly.
love
this
this.
is a good one, and they're all
Okay.
good ones.
Yeah.
It's from Samuel Pixie, who says, Carl Urban, Billy Butcher versus Dredd. Now, Billy Butcher at his peak
Has
would be
superpowers?
superpowered, but I don't think we're doing, because that would be Billy Butcher, right? That would be the fight. Dredd versus a guy with super strength and laser eyes.
No, he's not invulnerable though, is he?
No.
Yeah.
But he's got laser eyes.
I think Dredd might be a better hand-to-hand combatant.
Than Billy Butcher?
Yes.
I agree.
Yeah.
So you're
and he's
saying,
got that gun that can shoot all sorts of different bullets.
yeah. I mean, even if it was superpowered Billy Butcher,
Mm-hmm.
Dredd might still kill him. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Yeah, I agree.
I think even if
Billy Butcher's a brawler. Dredd's
Yeah.
like a combat veteran.
yeah, he's killed a lot of people. I mean,
Yeah.
they both killed a lot of people. But I think even do you remember the scene in Dredd where Dredd gets shot through the wall? Like it shoots him through the gut and out the back, and he's just like, eh.
Boring.
So I'm saying he could probably.
This is boring.
I
Ted
reckon he
said.
could survive probably at least a couple of laser eyes.
Yeah.
He'd probably still die.
Yeah.
But this is a closer fight than even. I reckon Dredd.
Wait. So Homelander fights Billy Butcher when Billy Butcher is superpowered.
Yes.
And like a punch doesn't kill him. So
Oh,
would a
it's-
bullet kill him?
Ooh.
You don't think like Billy Butcher would just shear him in half with laser vision?
He might. I'd have to know more. I'd have to know more about those bullets because he's got a bunch of
He's got
different.
hot
ones.
shot.
I reckon like an armor-piercing one with an explosive charge could probably take his head off.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, because he's not like,
Well, I guess we don't know.
we don't. But if he's anything like that invisible guy with the
He's not bulletproof on the
not
inside.
bulletproof on the
You're
inside,
absolutely
and we don't
right.
know whether Billy Butcher's like Homelander on the inside
That's true.
or,
I think you're probably right. It's probably Billy Butcher.
but depowered
It's Dredd.
100%.
Yeah.
Without
yeah.
it, yeah.
But then God.
Then God would come in and go, "Stop
yeah.
it, boys."
That's right. I'm 100 feet tall. And I think that means you know who the winner is.
Also, I killed the mask, and I'm wearing the mask, so I've got double God powers.
Double powers and I'm bulletproof.
Whoopity doo.
That's right.
There we go.
Anyway, the winner was God, folks.
God won.
That's right. I think that's great.
God always wins.
Well, I was going to say if we want to wind it back,
Yeah.
God won that round.
Do you want me to do?
Collins, if you could put that over all. Yeah, we're going to go back to our finish.
Yeah.
What was the first one we did?
It was Ryan Reynolds Green Lantern versus Ryan Reynolds Deadpool X-Men
Okay,
Origins.
all right.
Here we go. This one seems boring when you look at God.
That's true.
Who would win? Give me a definitive answer. Here we go. It's important to note that they're both portrayed by Ryan Reynolds. However, the two characters are different. In terms of fights, likely Deadpool would have the upper hand against Green Lantern. Deadpool is highly skilled and agile fighter with a healing factor that allows him to withstand a great deal of damage. He's also known for his ability to break the fourth wall. Not this version.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Green Lantern, on the other hand, is a member of the Green Lantern Corps and has a power ring that allows him to create constructs out of pure willpower. It's his ability to fly and create energy shields. However, in a fight between the two characters by Ryan Reynolds, it's likely that Deadpool's combat skills, healing factor, and unpredictable nature would give him the advantage. That being said, it's important to remember that this is a hypothetical scenario, and the outcome of a fight between two characters.
No, this is real.
Ultimately, I'll say no. This is real.
Okay, but hang on. Could you go back there and could you specify X-Men Origins Wolverine? Deadpool?
I did.
Did you?
Yeah.
Huh. Well, can you ask it again?
Yeah.
Rerun it again, but it's Wade Wilson from X-Men Origins Wolverine.
I meant.
Oh, sorry.
Wade. Gotta be polite. Wilson from X-Men Origins versus Ryan Reynolds Green Lantern.
Whoa.
Here we go. Oh, I see. In that case, it's still difficult to determine a winner. Blah, blah, blah. Healing factor, etc. And he's also known for his sharp wit. No!
Oh, my God.
Yet his mouth so
Imagine
sharp.
if we did a whole episode of this, James.
Yeah, I know. This wouldn't have been good. But I feel like a couple months ago, like this thing was more kind of like Wild West.
Oh, that's true. It could have said anything. You're
Now it's
absolutely
boring.
right.
It's boring now. Anyway, AI is boring now.
That's so
it was
true.
hot for a second and now it's boring.
That's right.
Anyway, great stuff. We'll do another one of these in 3 years.
That's right.
Or sooner.
See you in 3 years, folks.
Yeah, but stay around because we've got more things to talk about.
That's right.
Do you know what it's time for?
It's time for what we're reading.
What we gonna read?
Gonna read, and I brought props again.
Ha 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 ha. I'm doing the thing. What are we reading today? Well. Don't you think that would have gone quicker if you just agreed with all my opinions?
Yeah, no,
if you
you're
just said,
absolutely
no,
right.
you're right, James.
You're right.
No, you're right, James.
You're right. I guess God is the one true God. I guess
move,
so.
let's move
Let's move it along.
Let's move it along.
Let's move it along.
So what we're reading, this is a segment where we talk about what we've been reading.
Yes.
Do you want me to go first or have you got a
I'll
prop?
go first, James. I told you the other day that I was going to get into a comic book. It's called the Nice House on the Lake. I bought Volume 1.
Sick.
And I'm like, I'll see if this is any good. And I read it, and then I immediately bought Volume 2. I went to my local comic book store,
God.
Minotaur, and I bought Volume 2. So it's DC Black Label.
Volume 2 is smaller than Volume 1.
Interesting.
Do these cost the same?
You can't remember.
This is a crime.
It's a crime in a lot of ways.
You've revealed a crime to me, Mason. This looks good.
Yeah,
Love the front covers.
So this is written by James Tinian IV.
Oh, yeah.
And
Tinny man.
illustrated by Alvaro Martinez Bueno and colours by Jordi Belair.
Lovecraftian?
No, not at all. I shan't spoil too much of it, but suffice it to say it's about a group of people who are invited to a nice house on the lake by a mutual friend. Some of them know each other. Some of them, just know him.
Do some of them not know each other?
Yeah, some of them not know each other.
Interesting.
And some they've known this guy since high school. Some they've known as like adults and all this sort of stuff. But we, the readers, learn quite early on that each of them has been chosen. And someone's like, chosen 10 years ago, chosen 1 year ago, chosen 19 years ago. But for what, James? What are they all doing at the nice house on the lake?
Is it nothing?
Yeah, it's nothing. He's just like, I thought we'd have a nice time at the nice house on the lake.
But on the front cover, there's a woman and she's in a big pit full of bones.
She is in a big pit full of bones.
Does that happen in the comic?
No.
Well,
It's a metaphor.
That's dumb.
But I shan't reveal too much. But I reckon we might want to cover those for
Absolutely.
our podcast.
And
The
you're
Big Sandwich
bringing them
Classic
here
Comic.
because you want me to keep them, is that right?
No, you may borrow them, James.
Borrow them to keep, maybe.
It's not what borrowing is.
I'm going to borrow them and then I'm going to ruin them.
Oh, come on.
And then you can have them back if you want them.
Ruined.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
Cool. That looks really good.
Really interesting. And it's on DC Black Label.
Yeah.
I was like, maybe it's somehow related to the regular DC universe. It is not. But it's DC Black Label, I guess now is their sort of Vertigo style imprint, which is just kind of
Is Vertigo not doing anything in the moment?
I think they shut it down.
Oh, cool.
I'm pretty sure. But it's just sort of interesting, weird self-contained stories and just things that they're sort of going to take a chance on, which I think is really interesting.
Cool.
So people should check that out. I reckon if you want a bloody interesting book.
All right, we'll look that on the book club because last time on the book club we looked at the comic book Reckless.
Ooh, I just remembered. I'm gonna buy the second volume of that.
Yeah, do that. But this week, if you're signed up at bigsandwich.co, we've got We Got This Covered episode. And this is a special week because I have picked the clickbait.
That's right.
Every now and then, it's the second time I've done it, I do a James Gunn clickbait where he's just, someone goes, this person's been cast as Superman, and he just goes on Twitter and goes, no. So it's
No.
It's that.
I love
it. So that's fun. And then the week after that, it's Batman Returns on the Atari Lynx, baby. Never go
That's
back.
right.
I'm so excited.
And we also recorded a movie commentary,
Yes.
which is coming out in a few weeks, I think.
That's right. That's not for 3 or 4 weeks.
And let me tell you, I had a heck of a good time.
That was
with
a good
one.
one,
It's very
yeah.
good fun, I reckon. We won't spoil it. But let's say you'll be speeding over to your
Copy of Speed.
and watching that with our commentary of Speed
Yeah.
over the top of it. Shh. Don't tell anybody, though.
Yeah.
Shh.
Anyway, there's like a million hours of stuff there if you want to
Yeah,
sign
that's right.
up
A whole bunch
for
of stuff.
$9 a month. Anyway, I
Which reminds me of two things. One, back in the day when we started it, we were like, maybe we'll delete some of the stuff. It's all there.
That's all there.
And
We're
the
not
second thing
deleting
is, sometimes people ask us, hey, there's a guy in your YouTube, and he's like, it's me, Mr. Sunday Movies, and you've won
Never
a prize.
me.
It's never, well, we'd tell you in the videos.
You've never won a prize.
That's right. That's right. If you have won a prize, email in, and we're going to come to your house and take it off you.
That's right.
You want a car? It's ours now.
That's ours.
We're going to take it.
Give it back.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Now, what have you been reading?
Well, I've decided to hold off on Jedi Survivor because I don't have a PS5.
Okay,
But by all accounts, it's very good, and there's a very fun Cameron Monaghan, Mark Hamill commercial.
Oh,
that
yeah,
they
I
did
did see
together.
that. It's a lot of fun.
Oh, 2 Jokers as well.
Oh, yeah.
2 Jokers, 2 Jedi.
Oh, my God.
So I'm going to hold off until PS5's maybe a little bit cheaper.
Do you think Mark Hamill's in this game?
No.
Interesting.
But maybe he is.
He's
now.
not even playing that frogman?
I'm a frog.
Yes, he's
What frog man?
I'll
The one
find
from
him.
The Last Jedi?
No,
Who's a
this guy. His name is
I'm a frog.
Star Wars Jedi Survivor's
I'll
little
go
frogman Turgle steals the show. It's Turgle.
He's a
I don't-
frog.
I don't know if he's real, but his name's Turgle.
I hope he's in it.
I hope he's in it
Look at
too.
him. I like the customization. Apparently, the combat's amazing. There's some more kind of open worldy stuff. But there's fast travel, but there's also like
Slow travel.
Slow travel.
Great.
Yeah. So story's apparently really good. But I'm just going to hold off for a bit because I think also a lot of the PS5s you get in Australia. I don't know whether it's like, and you get God of War 2, and I'm like, but I have that already,
Yeah,
and I don't want to play it.
Yeah,
I have
right.
it already. So yeah, I'll probably get it a bit later.
You got a
Mason.
Ratchet and Clank.
Rift through time or whatever.
Yeah.
Rift through time. Anyway, it's good to get another good Star Wars game.
Yes. Oh, and we also both watched Baby J, which is the new John Mulaney stand-up
Oh
special.
yeah, we did too.
Bit of fun.
I thought it was a bit of fun. Turns out that guy did a lot of drugs recently, and that's not a secret. That's what it's about.
That's right. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, so he's a good stand-up.
Yeah,
Obviously.
a lot of good stories in it. I thought.
Yeah, I agree. Now, there's actually a 34-minute video on the People Magazine YouTube channel.
Oh yes.
It's with Kevin Smith, and he's just talking to camera, and he talks about how recently he had a complete break from reality
Oh boy.
and went into a mental health facility for a month. And he just talks about how it's all tied back to like sexual abuse and trauma and things that he's experienced in his life. And it's basically just a very open discussion about the person he is and how the person often he presents to camera and like to other people is like not a facade, but like someone who kind of takes all the credit and is out there and whatever. And he basically talks through that and his entire experience. And anyway, I just thought it was it's a really interesting and like informative video and a very open discussion about like mental health and abuse and all of these things. And I just think I think it's just worth a watch. I like Kevin Smith.
Well, that sounds like something that would be difficult for me to make flippant jokes about. So
No, it
thanks
is.
for that.
No, it is actually.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
it is. Yeah.
Wow.
And I also, and not that this is really relevant, but I also think that as a result of this, he's also talked about how he's not going to smoke weed anymore, and he has for like 10 plus years, but he's just going to completely stop.
Huh.
Oh, he has completely stopped. And he's talking about like he's going to be offline more, and I just wonder what kind of like stuff will he make because I don't think he's going to stop making stuff.
Yeah,
but
right.
I don't know. I think he's like the eras that he's kind of weaved in and out of, and I haven't loved everything he's made, but I think it's always interesting to see what he's doing.
That's true.
And it was really great, and like just I'd imagine a very difficult thing to like experience and then come to terms with, and then come through and then talk about. Like it just Anyway, great. You know, I knew when I liked Kevin Smith for real when he nearly died, and I was glad he didn't die.
Oh,
you
yeah,
know?
yeah.
Like
that's
for
cool.
real, I was like,
Yeah.
oh, good.
Well, I'm glad
Glad
that's all
Kevin
it
Smith
took
did.
for him.
No, I
to
never
do
didn't
that.
like him. I listened to not as much now because I don't really listen to as many podcasts, but I love his podcasts and that. Yeah. Anyway, moving along to letters.
Letters time. Time for letters.
Do you want to quickly make a flippant remark?
There's no time. I would love to. We're in the middle of the letters thing.
We are. You're right. But when it finishes, you can do it.
Okay.
This will give you the time to think about it.
Here right now, we're going to do letters.
More like Jay and Silent guy comes to terms with some traumas in his life and
Nice.
has actually come out on the other end as a happier and healthier person, Mason.
Nice.
Yeah, got him.
Nice. Nice. More like healthy choices, man, and something for chronic.
And
other
and
healthy
also
choices.
healthy choices.
More healthy
Two
choices.
men making healthy and informed choices.
That's right.
Men. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
This is a letter segment of the show.
That's right.
And if you do want to reach the show via letters, you can speak to me on YouTube where I'm giving out prizes, apparently.
That's right.
No,
it's like
don't.
PS5s, I think.
Yeah, those are fake.
Yeah.
Oh, I should win one then because I don't have one.
That's right.
Or weeklyplanetpod@gmail.com.
Yeah.
Or #weeklyplanetpod on Twitter. Here we go, Mason. You got a letter?
I've got some letters, James. Don't even worry
Do you want
about
me to
it.
do a tweet first?
Now, here's one from Carrie.
Carrie.
Hey guys, my husband and I are big fans. 2 years ago, I got him a Weekly Planet shirt for his birthday.
Woo.
Last year's gift was the best big sandwich around, and I thought, what about a surprise shout out for my man's 33rd on May the 6th?
Jesus year.
That's right. Oh, we were talking about God earlier.
We're talking about God earlier.
Yeah. 100 feet tall, that guy.
Yeah.
We just celebrated our 10-year wedding anniversary last month, and he totally outgifted me. So I was wondering if you guys could make Dan's special day by awarding him the official guy in a 1974 Godzilla suit of the podcast.
Oh, my God.
Thanks for always bringing the laughs and introductions to our favourite comic books. From Carrie. I hope I'm saying that right. C-A-R-I. Carrie?
Carrie? C-R-I.
Kari.
Kari?
Kari.
Could be Kari.
Yeah.
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 Whatever it is,
Happy birthday.
we got it right. And
Yeah,
happy
we
birthday.
got it right. Absolutely got it right.
Jesus year, man.
How did your husband outgift you? Did he buy you the Godzilla suit for him to wear? Is that...
Yeah, maybe. That would be...
What about this, darling?
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Happy?
Yes.
You would be. Because I look great in this.
That's right.
Yeah. My goodness, that's really good stuff. This one from Craig Ambrose, who says, #WeeklyPlanetPod. If Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 turns out to be the best Marvel movie since Endgame, that's what they say. Do you think Marvel is viewing the success of a movie as a double-edged sword, given that they'll be boosting the profile of a man who will be at the helm of their direct competition? I think if it is as good as people say, then I think it will only bolster
Yes.
the DCU, and it could hurt Marvel in the sense that there are a lot of people, and we've talked about this, where it's like, what is happening with the MCU? Like, where's it going?
Yeah.
Is Kang even going to be in these movies anymore?
Yeah.
Are they going to drop that whole multiverse? People seem sick of the multiverse
They
already.
really do, yeah.
That it hasn't really kicked off.
I wonder if they'll
I don't know
destroy it. I wonder if they might destroy it in a Crisis on Infinite
They
Earths
might.
style thing. Be like, no, there's just one now. And then they could refresh everything if they wanted to. They could recast anybody they want. They could
Ultimate Universe is what you're saying.
maybe they could do that. They could, bloody, yeah.
Yeah, you might be right.
Yeah.
They might have to simplify a bunch of stuff
Then
because...
DC would sue them for stealing their concepts.
Sure, that's fine. You can sue.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
can sue. It's fine. It's legal to sue.
That's right.
But no, I think it's better when they're both doing well.
Yes.
But it is possible that like losing James Gunn and then him running the DCU, and if he makes an incredible Superman movie, it could be bad for Marvel.
Yeah.
But I think it was stupid of them to let him go in the first place.
Yeah. But also, I think that most people don't know who directs things or produce things or what have you.
No, but they get a sense when they're like, I'm not into this.
No, that's true. But
Yeah.
what I'm saying is that, like, in Guardians 3, I think will just be good. If it is as good as people say, it will be.
Yeah.
It will be a good for both sides of the.
Yes, that's what
both
I'm
sides
saying.
of the aisle. Yeah,
But it's also the last Guardians movie with these Guardians.
That's true.
And James Gunn. So
They've subtly, I don't know if you've seen it in the trailers, but they seem to have subtly remodeled. The second Guardians team?
Yeah.
The one with Stallone in it.
Yeah.
They seem to have remodeled some of the characters.
Okay.
The Michael Rosenbaum character.
He's not Crystal Man anymore?
Yeah, he just looks like Michael Rosenbaum with like a...
Crystal face?
Yeah, with a crystal face.
Interesting.
But before that, he had like more of a really angular
Crystal face.
crystal face. Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
What's his name? Crystal face.
Ooh, it might be. No, it's I used to know it. It's got an X in it, maybe.
Crystal face.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. I think they'll probably just do another Guardians movie as well.
Yeah.
Just with another team. And then people will be like, not as good. Not as good as the other one. And maybe that's true. Got another one, Mason?
I do.
Can you read it out?
I guess this is from Truman.
Truman
Regional
Show.
dispute.
We're
We're solving all. This is an episode all about disputes, as you would know.
Yes. God won.
That's right. Dear James and myself, I have a regional dispute for you to discuss. I'm from the state of Virginia.
Oh,
we
so am
strongly
I.
believe you're not. You're a liar. We strongly believe that the residents of the neighbouring state of Maryland are bad drivers.
Oh, yeah.
Since I moved here
hear,
almost
man.
10 years ago, my friends have drilled this into me. I've seen countless examples of it. However, I recently started dating someone from Maryland, and I learned that they are raised thinking that Virginians are bad drivers. Please weigh in.
Oh.
So I think we have to determine who has the worst drivers.
Now, can we look up driver statistics?
No.
I can do it right now.
It's vibes. This is vibes.
Vibes.
Yeah.
Maryland, Virginia.
Virginia.
I mean, there's not a lot to go off here.
I know.
Doesn't give it as much
But I
information.
mean, we do it, and now our decision is final.
Because he's saying all of his friends are saying that they're bad, but his girlfriend is saying that this is a. Do you know what this is?
His friends are saying everybody in Maryland.
Yeah. I know. I get it.
Yeah.
And the girlfriend from Maryland is saying, you know what this is?
It's a Shelbyville Springfield situation.
It's that, and it's also when you got a bunch of mates,
Yeah. I'm listening.
and then you meet a girl
Oh,
or a partner,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden you become closer with them, and maybe the mates take a step back.
Yeah, right.
And you're like, my new priorities. So you go with the girlfriend or the partner.
So you're saying that even though he's from Virginia,
Yeah, he's not. He moved there.
yeah, his partner is saying that Virginians are bad drivers.
Yeah.
So I think we're gonna have to go with that. I
You
think
gotta
you're
back,
absolutely right.
You got to back your partner.
That's exactly right.
You're a team. And I would hate to cause a rift
That's right.
that would cause you two to separate.
Mm.
But if you do separate, you got to back to your mates, and
true.
you got to think the reverse.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm sorry, Virginia, terrible drivers.
Mm.
I mean, everybody's a terrible driver. Also, you know, that's the truth.
Oh,
of it.
I'm-
You're out on the road, Mason.
Oh, you better believe
I'm
it.
not the exception to that, Mason. Though I am pretty excellent. I'm actually a really good driver, and I can prove it right now.
We've been driving this whole time. Driving and recording a podcast. That's right.
I got
The
to.
bridge is out, but let's we jumped it.
We jumped
It's
it, we
fine.
did it already.
It's fine, don't worry about it.
Yeah, and this isn't even like a supercar. This is a regular car.
That's right. Imagine if we were in a supercar.
Yeah, but we're not. We're in a regular car.
Martin X is Michael Rosenbaum's character.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right.
This is from Big Cat on Twitter.
Oh,
Sorry,
yes.
Bat Cat on Twitter, who says, #Weekly Planet Pod. For your Never Go Back series, can I suggest the point-and-click Space Quest games? Now, you've
Yes.
played these, haven't
I've
you?
played a few of them.
I remember it taking months to beat. I recently played it and it took me 32 minutes. The best part is, though, Mr. Sunday Movies can sit and watch Wikipedia Brown, as in you, play for a change. How would you be open to that?
Look,
Could you beat it in 32 minutes?
no, we could do it with a walkthrough, I guess.
No, you'd have to just play it.
Oh, then we'd be at it for hours. For a 10-minute video. You want that? James, you want that?
They're not. They go for like 30 minutes, these videos, but you could beat it in 32 minutes. is
Oh,
what
okay,
I'm
I'll
saying.
do that then. Sure.
I mean, do you think, though, with our brains now
Oh, yes.
and the idea of how the world works and how these games works, do you think we could speed through
no,
it?
I think we'd be even worse, honestly.
Because we'd overthink it? Or
Yeah, probably,
they'd have a
yeah.
weird logic
Yeah.
to it that we don't.
Exactly. And I think you
Me?
Yeah, you.
No, you.
Ooh. I'd be out of practice. And I'd forget, like some of those games, you have to click on just the right pixel to pick up the thing.
Yeah, okay.
And you'd be like, I'll pick up this thing. And it's like, you can't pick it up. And it's like, oh, I guess we don't need it then. And then like you learn 5 hours later that I actually had to click a different pixel. And it's like, you picked it up. And it's like, come on.
Yeah, good point.
Come on.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
That's right. Yeah. Burp.
Yeah, but
Yeah. I don't know if point and clicks.
would they translate as well?
I don't know if they'd translate. I think
It could be very funny, though.
could be funny.
Could be fun and very fun content.
That's right.
Yeah. I don't know. Something to think about, though. But send your games that you want us to play.
That's right.
Maybe we'll be playing them. I'm currently making my way through Fast and Furious Crossroads.
Oh yeah, I saw you played
Oh
some of
my
that.
God, Mason. That game is bad. Anyway, what's next? Or is
It's
that
the
it?
end of the show, I think. Yeah,
I have to cough.
I believe in you. You can do it.
No, I have to, and I did.
You do another one if you want.
I don't
I'll
need to.
allow it.
I don't want to.
Oh wow. Okay.
Pressure me.
Go on, give it a go though.
That's
Yeah, that's what I thought.
what you thought?
Yeah.
Would happen?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, cool.
Folks, thank you so much for listening.
Wow,
to the
that's
podcast.
us.
We very much appreciate it. Thank you for telling your friends about the podcast. Thank you for subscribing on your podcast platform of choice. Thank you for leaving a 5-star review wherever you can.
Wherever you can.
In the internet, on the bloody podcast app, in your bloody
Do it in
toilets.
app, whatever
do
you're
it, Do it
doing.
in a toilet, public
Do it in a
toilets.
toilet, do it in a
Do it
toilet.
in your share house toilet.
Yep.
Just in your house.
Yep.
You know, don't tell your
Use
housemates.
use
Just
the last of the toilet paper.
that's right.
Then don't
That's
replace
right.
it.
Yeah. And then right on the roll for more toilet paper, download the Weekly Planet podcast.
That's perfect.
It isn't it though?
This one is from
James, do you have any reviews?
Yeah, I do. I got two.
Oh, nice.
Mandamoo37. He says 5 stars, by the way. Thank
That's
you.
us. That's us.
Just do it in any app.
Yeah.
Neat mates. They are fun, knowledgeable, clever, and have some takes that will sear the peach fuzz clean off your giblies.
That ain't that the
Give
truth.
them a shot. Sorry, I was going to hiccup, but I didn't.
Oh, yeah.
And this one is from an emoji of so this one's from Jesse Lee Oberst, and the headline is an emoji of a snake and then an emoji of two eyes. And it says, hands down the number one Snake Eyes movie recap podcast out there. Is that what we're talking about next week?
I think so, yeah.
We're doing Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3.
Oh, yeah.
And then Snake Eyes.
Nice, that's perfect.
Can't wait. It's been a long time coming.
That's right. Folks, if you want to get into contact with us, you can go to weeklyplanetpod@gmail.com or you can go to Facebook, Twitter, and Bandcamp. You can go to the Planet Broadcasting Grey Mates Facebook group or the Weekly Planet podcast Discord or subreddit.
Hells yeah.
If you want to follow some people on the socials, you can follow our friend Rob Collins, who edits this podcast.
That's
does
right.
all the socials. He bloody does editing. He does all sorts of bloody videos and all sorts of animation. This guy's he's up to all sorts of stuff.
I disagree. Actually, you're probably right.
Yeah. He's certainly not in a rut.
He better not be.
Better be all right, bloody. Anyway, you should follow him on Twitter at Raw Collins.
That's right.
He's also at The Weekly Planet on Twitter. If you want to follow me, I am Wikipedia Brown on Twitter and Nick Maso on Instagram. James is Mr. Sunday Movies everywhere.
That's right.
Let's see, if you want to support the show, you go to patreon.com/Mr. Sunday Movies. Chuck in a buck or an amount you would not miss. That's what we always say, and we believe
that's
it.
free. After the money you put in.
Yeah, after the money, after this, it's a free. It's a real free ride after that.
yeah.
After you put that sweet coin down, let me tell you.
You know it.
That's right. Or you can go to bigsandwich.co, sign up for $9 per month. You get bonus podcast, movie commentaries, early videos.
And that's free.
Ad-free, podcast free. And then a video game Let's Plays. And again, it's free after you pay a lot of money.
Pay money and then it's
money,
free.
and after you just you can wash your hands of it, you know? It's
free.
Just drinking that free content.
That's true.
Very nice. Let me see. Thank you to the Brute and the Basilisk and Rackham for all our musical themes. You want some T-shirts, you go to tpublic.com. Search for The Weekly Planet. Get a weird one.
That's right. Get a weird one that says, hello, I'm Weekly Planet. Hello, I'm the Weekly Planet.
You think that maybe that? We're falling off a cliff and it says, I'm the Weekly Planet?
Yep.
We're both saying it simultaneously.
Oh, I was supposed to die this week, wasn't I?
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't.
Well,
Take that, haters.
well, you missed your chance, Death.
That's
That's right.
Yeah.
And that is the whole show. Next week, Guardians of the Galaxy.
That's right. That's absolutely right. I'm very excited to see what's coming next on that one, Mason.
Who's going to die? Who was it?
All of them. They all die. They all die at once.
You think so?
Big shout out to Maisie and Fidel and Sarabi also, who do a number of things across the socials and
right.
Great Mates group. And also the weekly, because we're on TikTok as well, and they take care of that.
Right.
And there's a Weekly Planet Clips YouTube channel
That's
as well,
right.
which is, if you want to
We're
subscribe
bloody
to that.
everywhere. You can't escape us. I tell you that
Everywhere, yeah. But
that much.
they stop the Great Mates group from
Descending into anarchy.
descending into absolute madness and anarchy. So we appreciate that.
That's very true.
All right, Mason. Next week, as mentioned, Guardians and then Snake Eyes.
That's right. Grab that gem, you guys. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye forever.
Bye. Not forever.
Nah, next week.
Nice.
If I'm alive.